Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, Dustin Fox, Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell, plus, ba-da-da-da-da, you're loving him, Mikey McNuggets. And so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show starts now. Booyah!
Hey, welcome to the latest edition of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, our pre-Thanksgiving edition. Along with Dustin Fox and GBush, I'm Adam the Bull, and we got a lot to get to today. Mike and Steve on the other side of the glass.
Yes, sir.
Everybody in the holiday spirit. I noticed a lot of people had the Christmas decorations going up. Is this the time? This is the weekend?
Mike. Oh, they
you pay somebody to do your Christmas decorations, don't you?
We do.
Yeah.
Our lights.
It's a good call.
It's a great
I
call.
see people climbing up on their roofs, and I'm like,
dangerous.
What are you doing?
Man,
dangerous.
it's super dangerous.
Now, listen, it could be a little pricey, but we locked into this company, and so they store our lights for us now.
That's nice,
so
too.
They come out, dude. They put them up like a week before Halloween.
Yeah.
And they come get them like whatever.
First weekend of January.
Actually, we like to take them down like third week of January, second week of January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let them stand a little bit.
Let it
You
breathe.
do your own, or do you not put up stuff?
If there's stuff going on up, Rosebush is doing all that. Like she's the festive person. You know, in the Philippines, they start Christmas like at the beginning of September.
Oh.
Because they don't have Thanksgiving. Obviously, that's an American thing.
Yeah.
And they're very super Catholic, super religious. So they be playing Away in the Manger in like September, and it's hot.
Every year.
And it's like hot.
Every year the Christmas music is starting earlier and earlier.
Yeah.
I was in Jersey Mike's like a week ago or 10 days ago, and they already had Christmas music going. Usually it's like Thanksgiving is when it starts, but
nah.
I started listening to it this week.
Yeah. And as we know from our radio days.
Put me in a good mood.
Yeah, as we know from our radio days, it gets good ratings.
Oh, God.
There's a lot of businesses put it on. Good background music.
Christmas 102.
Yeah. Exactly. So
them songs, man, they just remind you of your childhood, man. I was asking, I said, man, these Christmas lists, like at this time, I used to be so freaked out and crazy about Christmas that I used to get the Sears catalog, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then I would write down, and then draw the stuff in the Sears catalog and be like, and I would write it down and put it on this list. And I'm like, man, you were slightly weird. Who does that?
These kids don't know the struggle of like having to look through a catalog.
Right.
And
Now they
pick
look
out
through Amazon.
Yeah, and like we didn't even know if the toys were in stock.
No.
Well,
Like-
Summer's just saying, that, and your daughter, who
Yeah,
are both
my-
here
my
today.
kids are here today.
They were just saying to us before, when you were out of the room, that they made Christmas lists.
They did.
Still,
I told them. I said,
Yeah.
go on. We have
You
like
go on Amazon,
Well, I
right?
told them to go on Nordstrom because
Okay.
we buy a lot of stuff on Nordstrom. I'm
Yeah.
like, just go in there and see because they have everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Amazon, same thing. I mean, basically, you can find anything now.
Yeah.
And-
even the most oddball things, you can just search for them, and you're like,
and the thing that's crazy now, like when we were kids, not to get too in the weeds about this, but
Yeah.
like the one thing I wanted when I was a kid was a Teddy Ruxpin. Remember that?
Yeah.
My brother got one of those.
Right.
The tape one in
And
the
so
back.
like the Teddy Ruxpin was so hard to find that eventually we got one.
They didn't have it at Toys R Us?
They were sold out, dude. It wasn't like now where
Man.
there was a market
Right.
for people who would buy them and then sell them for twice the price or whatever
Yeah.
it was. Like you just like now you can get anything you want
That's
at
true.
any time.
Right.
Like if there's a pair of sneakers that I want, there's a price.
Now, yeah,
Right,
there's
you
a
can find
price.
them.
You
There's a
find
cost
price.
more.
Like you can find anything you want, but there's a price.
Speaking of which, I just heard this story this week about there's these three brothers in their like 50s, and their mom had said for years that she had this collection of comic books that she thought was worth a lot of money.
Okay.
And they thought like, whatever.
Everybody got something like that,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So
And they, I don't know when this exactly happened, sometime recently, last year or so. The mom died, they're cleaning out her house, and they find this box of comic books. And apparently, I don't remember exactly how much money this one sold for. They found a nearly mint copy of the first ever Superman comic book, which was from like 1930 something. Or
Comic
whatever
books are
year it
worth
was.
an
I
insane
think
amount of money.
I think they sold it for like, I want to say $9 million, but it could be more than that. I can't remember the exact amount now.
I believe it.
But that is just crazy. Speaking of storing things, and you referenced this earlier, that they store your lights. I see some of these people, and we can wrap it up with this before we get to sports. You know, even more than Christmas, for Halloween, people have these crazy setups. And I'm like, what do these people do with these things the rest of the year?
I wonder too.
Yeah.
And I love Halloween.
Yeah.
But there are people that have these like these monsters
things.
that are like 20 feet tall.
Yeah. There's this family that lives not far from me. I don't even know if it's a family. I don't know who it is. But they must have those really big, there's like 20 of those on their lawn. They got a really big lawn.
They have to have a storage unit or something, right?
Yeah. They probably have to have multiple storage units.
Yeah.
I mean, these things are huge.
Man.
I don't know.
I don't have room. Like we have, like in my front yard, we
Yeah.
put up the blow-ups.
Right.
You know?
Well, those you can- that's
then
different.
they, when they're not filled up with air,
Right.
they go into a Rubbermaid container
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
garage. Piece of cake. But those big,
man,
Big
the
old
big
things,
dude, they got the
man.
Yeah.
people, and it's some of it.
like those 25-foot tall skeletons.
Yeah, like, what are you doing with
things
that?
are crazy.
Like,
Crazy.
Yeah.
You can't tuck that away,
You got to
man.
put it in a museum or something. I don't know, man. It looks like
man.
one of those dinosaurs at the museum.
I always tell people everybody has a cult. Everybody's in a cult of some
Yeah.
sort.
Yeah.
And those people who you got something that you cherish,
Yeah.
they be doing a lot of strange stuff for their habits. Like decorations is a whole thing. You start getting into these jousting matches with people in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You be like, hey, Tom, you see what Tom has up this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's upgraded. He has the tiki torches and he has 3 or 4 flamethrowers. You're like, bro, this is people be waiting all year to get this
I
off.
know.
So shout out to them U-Haul storages because I know they paying $300, $400 a month in just storage.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Our Christmas lights
Yeah.
are so bright.
Yeah.
It's like if you
Lighting up the whole neighborhood.
Bro, if you roll down, we don't have like street lights, normal street lights in our.
Right.
So like it's kind of dark. It's a little dark.
Cul-de-sac?
Yeah, it's cul-de-sac. It's a little dark, but like our house lights up the whole cul-de-sac, the whole street.
We used
So
to
nobody else
like-
needs lights.
Well, I mean, there's some other lights, but I
Yeah.
mean, like it's like Chevy Chase.
No, it's
We
that
used to-
crazy.
Oh yeah.
shout out to the
And we
people.
added more this year.
Shout out to the people in the hood. When we was in the hood, we used to. My mom used to put us in the car, and we would drive around to neighborhoods with the nicest lights.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Who would have known Dustin had one of them houses?
Yeah,
man?
there you go. He knows.
You know
with
what?
the nicest lights, it'd be
You know
like,
what?
yo,
Bro, I didn't put them up.
yeah, look, it'd be like,
Yeah.
that one is crazy.
Right.
You-
The zoo, at the zoo,
blue.
they do a nice job. They
Yeah,
do
yeah.
lights every year, which is cool. By the way, shout out to, I went to dinner with the family to Danny Boys in Rocky River. I always enjoy that
It's
place.
pretty good.
I like their food. And it's always a good atmosphere. The waitress there that we have regularly, she's awesome. There's a bunch of family members that work there. And they are all decked out for
I saw they
Christmas.
did it. Is it that the one that did the pop-up Christmas thing? One of the Danny
I don't
Boys
know.
did.
It must have been. I'm guessing
It's got to be them. So is it Christmas like everywhere?
There's Christmas everywhere in the store.
It's got to be that one.
And usually it's, Frank Sinatra, and all this, mafia stuff, and which is cool.
But it's like lights everywhere.
It's everywhere, the whole restaurant.
Yeah.
And it was cool. So anyway, we had a good time there last night. Now it's time to get to some sports, Mike. What's going on?
Yeah, let's do it, guys. We'll dive into our first topic. It's brought to us today by FanDuel. The NBA is back. The NFL is gearing up for the playoffs, and there's no better place to get in on the action than with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA, the NFL, and the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when their first $5 bet wins. So head over to FanDuel.com/UCSS to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. And if you have a winning FanDuel ticket, make sure you send it in to us so we can feature it right here on the show.
More comfortable chair.
All right, Bull, you and I were speaking prior to the show.
We were.
And one of the things we were discussing was this first topic.
Yeah.
The Browns are 6.5-point underdogs at home against the 49ers this Sunday. Shedeur's first home start. I wanted to ask this pretty straightforward, and then it'll divulge into the second part of the topic.
Under. Lock it in.
The under?
I'm locked
Are
in.
the Niners good enough to be...
Bad weather?
Well, the weather is a factor. And by the way, do you see how bad the weather's going to be?
No, it was the forecast
Like 2 feet.
of snow.
Oh, I didn't realize it was supposed to be that much snow.
Dude, I'm worried about I've got to fly to Utah tomorrow morning.
Oh.
So they're saying tonight at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
1 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be between like 1 a.m. and like 10 p.m. like Friday night. 2 feet.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that leading up. Yeah, it's going to
I'm
be
looking at
cold.
this
It's
right
going to
now.
be nasty.
It's crazy.
I didn't realize we were going to get such a big snowstorm.
And like today, you don't notice out there the wind and stuff?
I mean, it's windy, yeah.
Well, then the temperature's going to drop.
Yeah, right.
And
It's actually warm this morning.
Yeah, it's
for
going to
this
be a
time of
big time
year.
drop. It's coming. It's all.
Is
I
it?
mean, it's like the size of like half the country.
Oh, wow.
It's a big ass storm.
I did
That's
not realize
crazy.
that. So you're gonna have crazy weather, right?
They're saying it's 80% chance of snow for the Ohio State Michigan game.
Well, we'll get into that later because that obviously plays a role in that.
Sunday, according to weather.com real quick, and I did not know this until literally right now, so Dustin,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing.
No problem.
Weather.com has a high of 38, windy with rain and snow showers mixed in, temps near steady in the mid to upper 30s, southwest winds 20 to 30 miles per hour, chance of precipitation 60%.
Yeah, I mean I already like the under even if it was decent weather here. But
Problem with those unders that seem like gimmies is
Yeah.
like, you got a rookie quarterback playing, there's a possibility for turnovers.
sure, and Brock Purdy turned the ball over 3 times.
Yeah.
And the last time I think he played here in bad weather, he turned the ball over a bunch too. So we could see, and that could screw the under. But even last week, I thought the under was a lock, and it was close, but it did hit the under.
Yeah, because they punted at the 29 instead of kicking the field goal. The
Yeah,
field goal,
that
if
was
it kicks the
enough.
field goal, it goes over.
Was Kevin Stefanski
Hey,
involved in some
Did you
shenanigans?
see that video the guy posted?
No, I did not.
You didn't see it?
no, I didn't see it.
Are you kidding me?
He had the over?
They punted from the 29.
Yeah,
I've never seen this.
Yeah,
I know he
We
had
were,
some.
we were
bird on
in the
line.
middle of our watch party.
Yeah.
We didn't even realize necessarily what was happening
Yeah.
in that moment, Bo. We were just so excited that we were going to have a win
win.
for the Browns,
Yeah, right.
talking about
Right.
what Shedeur did.
I was already gone, I think, by the time that happened.
Yeah, we glossed over the fact that I didn't even realize
Oh, I'm
that
sure
after
all the
29.
bettors thought they were going to line up for a field goal, and they're like, why is the field goal kicker 12
Yeah.
yards deep?
Yeah, right.
They
It
looking
doesn't make
at
any sense.
their kids' Christmas list. Oh yeah, we gonna
They're
get that
counting
off.
their money.
They're like, yeah, let's go. And then they're like, hold on, hold on. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Is that Baracus?
Yeah.
For what?
He's the holder.
Yeah.
So why is the kicker not in the game?
So the question for Mike is the spread right? 6.5.
Are the Niners actually that good?
That's a
or
good.
do the Browns have a chance?
I think it's
that's
perfect.
the perfect spread.
Yeah. I think people are getting carried away because of last week's game, thinking the Browns are better than what they are.
Yeah.
They're still a very flawed offense with a young quarterback who's going to have some ups and downs.
Bingo.
So we all understand the Browns' defense is very good. I mean, we get that. But there's a big difference between the Niners' offense and the Raiders' offense.
Yes, I remember this game is reminiscent with when we went to it was 2023 when they won that game. I think that weather was kind of bad too.
Yeah.
I think the weather was kind of terrible. It was raining. I think they missed a field goal at the end.
That was a higher scoring game, wasn't it?
No, it was very.
Jake Moody missed a field goal that would have won the game at the very end.
Right. What was the final score of that game, Mike? I remember him missing the field goal.
P.J. Walker played in the game.
1917. 1917.
Oh, it wasn't on.
Wasn't there a pick six in that game?
What were the touchdowns in that game?
These are the scores in the game. You had a 13-yard McCaffrey pass from Brock Purdy. Jake Moody, a 25-yard field goal to make it 10-0. Kareem Hunt, 16-yard touchdown run. Hopkins, 2 field goals.
Yeah.
Jordan Mason had an 8-yard touchdown run.
Right.
Dustin Hopkins, 2 more field goals to win it. So 4 field goals and 1 touchdown.
Browns scored 1 touchdown.
Okay. Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey is a different animal here.
But
they can block him up.
He got injured in that game. So
that's right. That's why Jordan Mason played.
Yeah, he got injured in that game. And if you think of it, during that first drive, they were spot shadowing him a lot. They was giving him balls. Say, oh, this might be one of those. He went out of the game. This kind of reminds me of it because, you go back and watch the game. They gave, on that first drive, Christian McCaffrey touched the ball like almost 8 times or something and to start that game. So that's really what's going to be the game plan, is making sure Christian McCaffrey can get the ball, especially if it's bad weather. Purdy threw 3 interceptions last week. I think they're going to try to establish the run. I do think it'll be a close game. 6.5 is cool. And the reason I say it's cool is because he's going to have to – the Browns offense is going to have to show you something over a sustained period of time before people start to say, oh, this isn't just a team that has a defense. These guys can do certain things on offense too. So I think this is a great opportunity for them to see what they can do. But 6.5 is cool with me. 6.5 cool.
Yeah, I just think, the Niners are a good team. They're not a great team. They've got flaws. They're not very good at getting to the quarterback, as we talked about with some of these Myles Garrett stats, because they've got a lot of injuries on their defense. But as we saw against Carolina, their defense is still pretty good. Mm-hmm. We're opponent rushing yards.
About 100.
Okay. So I don't know.
They're allowing 200.
Where are they analytically there, Mike?
They're an average defense.
Yeah, right.
They don't generate a ton of pressure. They've been decent with turnovers. They're pretty good against the run. They've given up some pass. Their secondary's been banged up, but they've across the board, like the advanced analytics, they're middle of the pack.
That's the thing.
They've got a good defensive coordinator. Robert Sala is known for having a good defense. They're solid.
And they're, unlike the Raiders, they know what Shedeur struggles with now as a young quarterback, and they will probably do a better job of trying to exploit it. Every young quarterback has his flaws. Well, most quarterbacks have flaws, period. Certainly every young quarterback, no matter how good he is, has flaws, and the smart coaches are able to exploit it more than especially when you have talent.
Well, here's what I do like, and I kind of said this earlier when we talked about the keys to the game for the Browns, is, if they want to bring that pressure, right, if you're going to bring that pressure, you end up with people in man-to-man coverage, right? If it's a wet track, if it's a slippery track, you miss a tackle, somebody can be
a big play. Yeah, sure.
It could be, and we saw it with Dylan Sampson, where they block it up great. It's a quick little out pass, and then all of a sudden he's off to the races. So these are the things that I think you got to consistently continue to give Shedeur Sanders. Give him a couple of shot plays to make guys back off you. But if the Browns do want to win this football game, they're going to have to – Judkins is going to have to be a key part of it. He has to. You can't have him getting 30 or 40 yards and expect to win the football game. He has to be a force in running the football and controlling the line of scrimmage and controlling the flow of the game. Because I still don't like the Browns getting into track meets, Dustin.
No, they don't need to be getting into a shootout because they'll lose.
Yeah,
they're not talented enough offensively to get into a game where they've got to put up 30 points.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I'd be surprised if they need to 30 points to win this game, but especially with the weather. But obviously you never know.
You never know. The Niners can get 4 touchdowns easily.
I think beyond the obvious of turnovers, I think at the end of this game, if Christian McCaffrey does not have a good game, then the Browns have a great chance to win. Mm-hmm. But if Christian McCaffrey has a Christian McCaffrey game, the Niners will probably win the game and could win it handily. Because the Browns have, for the most part, done a good job against star players star skill position players this year. For the most part, they've done well. But who's one guy that really did well against the Browns, if I remember correctly? Jahmyr Gibbs, right? He had a big game against the Browns. Mm-hmm. Well, Christian McCaffrey is the same type of player as Jahmyr Gibbs, right? He's a utility knife that,
Catches
from the
the
running
ball,
back position,
runs the
does
ball.
everything
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I think Jahmyr Gibbs and Christian McCaffrey are two of the 5 best backs in the league. They're what Quinshon Judkins should aspire to be. He's a good player, but he's not the well-rounded player right now. Those guys are veterans. It makes sense. And if McCaffrey is doing ultimately last week, even with the turnovers by Purdy, he got McCaffrey going after those turnovers. He rushed for a ton of yards. He caught like 10 passes or whatever the hell it was, and they won the game. I know they have Kittle, and their wide receivers are certainly better than what the Raiders got.
Pearsall's a good player.
Yeah, but he was injured. He hasn't really gotten back in the rhythm yet.
Yeah, he's healthy now, though. But I mean, he's not.
He didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything. No.
Yeah, they need to get him the ball a little more. But ultimately, McCaffrey is what makes them tick. McCaffrey and Kittle, those guys.
The exciting whites.
Yes. The white dude, the Backstreet Boys are alive and well. And if you think about it like this, on the side of the 49ers, you can't turn the ball over. You can't throw 3 picks. If you throw 3 picks against the Browns, you got a good chance of losing because that's the only way you're going to give them an opportunity to put themselves in really good field position and turning the football over. Look, so they can't do that.
The Browns aren't like full-on military academy, but they need to stay on schedule.
Yes, 100%.
And like I only bring those teams up because if Army or Navy has a turnover and they're playing a really high-powered offense, they're effed.
Right.
Yeah. They're screwed. And the Browns with a young quarterback are kind of similar. Like punts are okay. Like you just can't turn the ball over and give the team a short field or give them points off the turnover. Those are the critical areas where you have to be on it. And if they can play a clean game on offense, and when I say a clean game, like it's okay if drives stall or whatever, but you got to have drives where you at least get a couple first downs before you punt and chew up some clock and keep their offense off the field because your defense is your strength. You don't want those guys getting gassed.
There it is. He said it. Yeah. That's a great point. You don't have to have scoring drives every single time you touch the ball, but it is key. Give me 2-3 first downs. Yeah. It's okay to give me a couple first downs. If it stalls, we'll punt and play field position. Yeah. But you gotta move the chains. The things that get you is attrition by small cuts. If you go 3 and out and it's bad weather and you're inside your own territory and you got to punt from your 20, then you get a bad punt. They get the ball on the 50-yard line, and now all of a sudden short field. So you got to be able to move the chains enough. And I'll be interested to see which ways that Tommy Rees goes about it. Here's one of the things that we kind of talk about all the time is cold weather and bad weather. Until we get that dome, that's part of being the Cleveland Browns quarterback. And one of the things that we have not seen, and it's always funny when we watch it for the first time, is do you have an advantage at quarterback? Do you have a quarterback that understands the weather and the footing? Does he not slip? Can he get the snap? Yeah. Things like that help you out a little bit because that's going to be important. Like little stuff like, I didn't get the snap correctly, or we couldn't get the hold down for the kick. The Browns, being a cold weather team, they have to do those little things while other teams are supposed to struggle. So I'll be interested to see that.
The Browns have so many young. Like, has Shedeur played in really bad weather? I don't even know. Like, Colorado, they get bad weather sometimes.
I'm trying to think if I remember any.
But in college, usually the season's over around now.
No, but it's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold in Boulder.
I don't know about the thing that's here is
Carson Schlesinger, I'm sure, hasn't played in cold weather.
The precipitation
matters.
It's the same weather as Denver, dude. It's like it's.
No, Schlesinger played at UCLA.
Right. So, I'm talking about Shedeur. I mean, so he's played in these conditions. I don't know if he played any snow games, but it's like. I don't think it's going to be a blizzard on Sunday. Yeah, it might be some drizzle.
The wind.
The wind's the biggest factor.
Wind is the biggest part. And then, too, you find out quickly who got the arm straight. One person who I never really worried about was Baker. So Baker, when he was here, people was like, does he have an arm? Like, Baker never had no problem cutting it through the wind. Like, you wouldn't have to worry about his arm. But when you saw guys, it was evident when you had Cody Kessler's, the Colt McCoys, and you're like, that ball was in the air for a long time right there. Yeah. But I'll be interested to see exactly what it looks like in the game plan moving forward, because, Chase Daniels said, they had a lot of training wheels on the offense, which by all intents and purposes, you probably should for the first game. What does that look like this week? Do you have more, moves, and do you have a little more autonomy to move the protections, and what are they going to look to do? Well, I will say one thing. The wild dog will be in effect. They will be doing, especially if it's bad weather, they will be doing that. So get used to it.
And, of course, obviously, the Browns need to stay out of third and longs. They were still in a lot of third and longs. And the thing with third down just in general, and this is a big advantage that the Niners have right now over the Browns, is Christian McCaffrey's in the game on third down, and Shaun Judkins is not. And I get it that these other guys may be better blockers, but Quinshon Judkins is your best player on offense. And so if he's off the field on third down, that's a disadvantage.
It is.
Whereas McCaffrey is the best player on the Niners. They don't ever take him off the field, or once in a while. But
I'd rather keep Judkins in a game and take one of the receivers out.
100%.
Because what you're going to need in this game, break tackles.
When the ball is in that dude's hands, good things happen.
Yeah.
You need somebody who, in this game, sloppiness or cold weather, make those guys tackle. Make them tackle you. Like that, make them make a play and make them consistently get off that cold ground and wrap up. Those are the things that you can. If I watch the game and the Browns come out with a win, I could tell you, Harold Fanner Jr. was a load to bring down. Quinshon Judkins ran through people's tackles. Those are the type plays that where the hidden yardage come from, because you don't got anybody that's going to get you deep. Like Cedric Tillman is not going to, run 9 routes past you. So those are the little small things. And Christian McCaffrey, the thing that scares me, he's not going to scare me in the run game, but they do a doggone good job in that screen game. Their screen games is diverse as they come. It isn't a regular drop back. They do a lot of stuff. They give them a lot of swing passes too, where it's just, hey, even if he's manned up, and we're going to give it to him and see if you can tackle him in space.
And the thing is, I'd be interested to see, because the Browns play obviously super aggressive on defense. And that could play into the Niners' hands on those screen passes. McCaffrey sets the defense up a lot. And Purdy, the way they set it up, and everybody's coming. Now there's nobody there. And McCaffrey's all alone. He's got to beat one linebacker, maybe.
Right. And against a team like the Browns, who are so aggressive at trying to get to the quarterback because they know they have to.
Yeah.
Shanahan's so good at knowing the timing, like when to actually. It's not just a third and long when everyone expects it.
Yeah,
he'll hit it on 1st and 10, 2nd and 10.
Or the
if you're the Browns,
4 screen is devastating.
Yeah, 2nd and 4.
If you're Jim Schwartz, are you saying to Carson Schlesinger, all right, you're following McCaffrey on every play? Is it something you do, or is that not really something you can do?
No, it's not really something that you can do. Certain occasions you can, but you're not going to just assign him to McCaffrey the whole game.
Right. But he's ultimately, a lot of these cases where the D-line is, they're all going in and we're dumping off that screen pass, it's going to be up to him. There's going to be a lot of, the game could come down to Schlesinger versus McCaffrey.
There will be plays where you can essentially, you spy a quarterback, but you could essentially spy him.
Right.
I remember, man, this is crazy. This is back in high school. We were we would run a little bit of triple option and stuff, and we were playing North Canton Hoover my senior year, and there was a kid who played linebacker for North Canton who was a sophomore. Kurt Lukens.
Oh man,
and he ended up going to Ohio State too.
Yep.
He was a full ride at Ohio State. Had a bunch of injuries, but he's an awesome athlete. He was like the Carson Schlesinger of the Federal League.
Okay.
And this mother stinker.
Yeah.
Every play, tackled me.
Yeah.
When I didn't have the ball.
Oh. It's not a penalty. It
was like an option play, and he would run right to me and lay me out every. And I was.
And how much bigger was he than you?
I was about the same size, maybe,
tackler.
but just a freak athlete linebacker, and I was getting. I was like. Took me out of the game.
Coach, how about we try something else here, buddy?
I don't think I did anything in the game.
He run triple option. If they fake the dive, we got to hit the dive. And then we're gonna hit your quarterback.
He was on the pitch player, but he didn't even care about the quarterback. He's like Rocco Milano. He ain't worried about him.
His job was always you every time.
Yeah.
What was your quarterback's name?
Rocco Milano.
Rocco Milano. That's a good Italian name right there.
These names,
that's a good one,
man.
You going to the mob after that?
Nah, but he was like the best looking dude. He got all
the girls.
The girls.
Oh, Rocco. Good man. What's he up to?
Chiropractor.
Shout out to
He's doing well for himself. All right.
Rocco.
Good. Shout out to Rocco.
There you go.
All right, guys, let's get to our next topic. We're sticking on the Browns after a quick word from our dear, dear, dear friend, Cody from Locked On.
I'm Cody Ward from Locked On Broncos, and this episode is brought to you by Peloton. Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. This is Peloton's most advanced equipment yet, giving you real-time guidance and endless ways to move, whether you're running, lifting, or you're cross-training with your favorite instructors like Alex Toussaint. It's training reimagined to make your workout more personal. Peloton is built for breakthroughs with features that help you plan, stay motivated, and hit peak performance. You can let yourself run, lift, flex, and go while Peloton handles all the rest. Plus, Peloton IQ provides real-time strength coaching, tracking your progress and suggesting weights that challenge you so you can get stronger. Plus, the new movement tracking camera, it counts your reps and corrects your form in real time, making sure every rep is safer and smarter. So, let yourself run, lift, flex, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
Thanks, Bull. Cody actually told me he wanted to wish you and your family a happy thanks.
I'm thankful for Cody, man.
Yeah, thanks, Cody.
I can't wait for that to be done. I cannot wait for it. I'm sorry.
Alex Toussaint, man. We got to get Alex Toussaint in the mix over here.
We'll try for next quarter. Bull.
Yeah.
This is a topic that you and I brought to your attention yesterday, and you wanted to talk about it before the show at GBush, and I said don't, because every time we do that, it then turns into a topic.
I like this question.
And we're going to have some fun with this. We know the Browns' defense is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Offense, still a work in progress, has to get a little further before the Browns can compete for a Super Bowl.
Can we do it the way I was doing it with you yesterday?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll let you run through it like that. So the question for Dustin and G and everyone out there, so they are on the same page, is what is the worst offense you could pair with this Browns defense to build a legitimate Super Bowl contending team?
So give me an example.
So another one here.
The Browns defense plus the Rams offense equals a legit Super Bowl contender.
Right.
What's the worst team you could pair with the
We're
Browns?
talking about like this year?
This year, right now.
Okay.
And Mike and I were going through it, and I think I came up, what did I say, 10 teams?
You had 11, then you subtracted one, and I'm not sure if
I
you
took
ever
one out.
adjusted
So I ended up with 10 teams. I said there are 10 teams in the NFL that if you took their offense and put them on the Browns would be a contender to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Now we'll see. I try to remember if I can remember all the teams.
Do you want? I can pull up.
So here, I got the standings right here. So I said New England, no. That the Browns would not be a Super Bowl contender with New England's defense. Now remember, you don't get their coaching staff. You just get their offense.
Just their offense.
You said no to New England?
I said no to New England, yes.
I think New England could be a contender.
See,
they already are.
I don't know that they are. We'll see. Time will tell. There's a lot of there's some out of left field fraud alert on the Patriots because they played maybe the easiest schedule in the league. I don't like their offense enough. I think their coaching staff's great. Their defense is good.
They got Diggs.
Yeah.
They got Drake May.
Yeah.
They got two nice running backs. Henderson's coming on. Keyshawn Boutte. They got some.
Are you saying yes for the Patriots
in this AFC climate? Yeah.
You are, Dustin.
Yeah.
You're a yes on the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They have 10 wins.
I know that, but they have their coaching staff.
Do you know how hard it is to win in this league?
I understand that.
And
We're just taking their offense.
And then
their offense is why they're 10-2.
I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl, but all right.
They probably, dude. Okay. Yes to them.
Yes. Buffalo is a yes for me.
Yes.
Obviously.
Any doubt there? Okay.
No Dolphins, no Jets.
No Dolphins, no Jets. Baltimore's a yes for me.
Of course.
Yes.
Obviously, Lamar has something to prove in the playoffs, but
Aaron Rodgers.
Certainly,
Aaron Rodgers with this defense, sure.
See, no way, not me.
Okay.
No, the Steelers to me, no. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is good enough anymore.
I mean, they got DK Metcalf.
But what else they got?
I mean,
they got DK Metcalf and Jalen Warren. That's about it on their offense. And Metcalf's not like Metcalf is a bigger name than he is a player. He's a good wide receiver. He's not a great wide receiver.
I'm just looking at
Yeah.
I'm just looking at to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who you would have to beat, and if you put the defense with those guys,
Yeah.
I think they can win 2
Okay,
games.
you guys got the you're going
Do
Steelers.
you know the Steelers have 10 different guys who've caught touchdown passes? 10.
All right,
I like the tight end room.
but
I'm just saying that
they're all
fine.
not
but
that good.
I gotta
Aaron
give-
Rodgers is just not that good anymore. In my opinion. He's
I
40
gotta-
years old.
I mean, what was his numbers looking like?
Who's that?
I don't know. He's hurt right
Aaron
now.
Rodgers this year. Now
hurt.
he missed last week, so this
Yeah.
is only in
1969, 19 touchdowns, 7 picks.
19.7 and 2,000 yards basically.
What's his completion percentage these days? Still good?
66.5.
Yeah, I mean he's a mid quarterback at this point.
I would give him a puncher's chance.
You give him a puncher's chance. All right, I'm not as bad as the Bengals are. I would say yes with the Bengals,
I would say yes with the Bengals with Burrow or Flacco.
not with Flacco.
Their
even though he played.
offense is unbelievable.
Yeah, but it's been tailing off now the last couple of weeks.
All right,
with
whatever.
Burrow, yes.
Okay.
I would man, let me tell you that I ain't mad at that, Dustin. I'm not mad at it because if you got that defense and Flacco get hot,
Is Higgins okay?
He got hurt last week.
I know, but is he okay?
I don't know if it's. I'm not sure how he's going to miss this week, but I'm not sure how long it is.
we talked about it. If healthy, if the Bengals offense with the Browns defense is the best team in the league.
I mean,
Yes.
right there. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
good luck. Good
and
luck.
the reason
stopping
they
them.
both stink is because the Browns' offense is bottom 5 worst, and the Bengals' defense is the worst. in the league.
That's crazy. I think Myles Garrett, just because Joe Burrow is standing there, might get 40 sacks.
Yeah, I mean, if Joe Burrow played the whole season and the Bengals just got Myles Garrett, they'd be over 500 right now. If Joe Burrow had been healthy, and even though Flacco's been good, but if you had Burrow and Myles Garrett for an entire season on the Bengals, no other changes, they'd be over 500 right now. No doubt in my mind.
I think
Yes.
the Colts are the only team in the South.
I'm not putting the Colts because I'm not a believer in Daniel Jones. I know he's played well.
Yeah, I don't know if they got enough weapons. I just don't trust Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
But
I'm out. But you got the Colts.
How do you not trust the team that scored the most points in the NFL?
Dustin, regular season and playoffs is different. You know that.
So now we're
How the Vikings?
Adam.
Yeah.
How are we to even have this conversation if we're like, well, it's got to be out the play? All I'm looking at is the regular season.
Well, we're speculating. We're combining two teams. There's no facts to bear anything out right here.
Adam, they've scored 341 points.
I understand that.
it's kind of
I'm not talking about making the playoffs. I'm talking about winning the Super Bowl.
right? All right, here's what I'm gonna say. If I say I gotta give the Steelers a puncher's chance,
Then you give the Colts.
then I have to give I gotta give the
Yeah,
Colts
but at least
a puncher's
Aaron
chance.
Rodgers is a proven playoff performer.
Right, like
Daniel
but
Jones isn't.
This is
Colts
more.
have scored 70 more points than the Steelers.
The Vikings scored a ton of points last year with Sam Darnold. How they do when the playoffs started? Crashed and burned.
I would edge, man. You know what? Because Jonathan Taylor is dynamic.
He is dynamic. That's true.
I mean, they gonna run the football. I give
You're
them a
going to
puncher's
Colts.
chance.
I could be talking to the Colts more than the
I give them
Steelers
a
for me.
puncher's chance.
All right, Denver.
Yes.
I'm out on Denver.
Yeah, I'm out.
I don't like their offense.
I don't.
And by the way,
I'm a
now they're
Bo
9 and like
not
their
believer.
defense is right there with the Browns. They got one of the best defenses in the
Yeah,
league too.
I'm not.
but I don't buy them as a Super Bowl contender.
I don't
Which
know
seems
how
crazy
about
because they're
Bo.
9-2. But I'm
Bo
that's
Nix
how I
has
see it.
had like 5 fourth-quarter comebacks.
He's been solid.
They're not happy with him, believe it or not. I talked to my guy Brandon Stokely. He's like, I don't think the offense is any
They're not happy
good.
with 9-2.
They don't think the offense is reliable.
Hey man, keep telling it. Keep
And
saying
now-
it. Look, I can't.
I'm killing you at every point.
Nine. I didn't even know they had 9
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah.
But
That's
yet,
wild work.
I would say
okay.
yes with the Chargers and Chiefs, who have 7 wins and 6 wins.
Which is, I mean, I would say yes to both those teams too, but
Yeah.
I'd also say yes to the Denver Broncos.
All right, you're looking at the whole team, not just the offense.
I'm actually mostly looking at the offense. In fact, that's all I'm looking at.
So you like Denver. They got no running game right now. They got a second-year quarterback who's been okay.
So now, I mean, is it the running? Is the running game more important than the passing game?
The passing game, but you think you believe in Bo Nix? You think Bo
I
Nix
don't know,
can
but
get you to the Super Bowl?
you just argued against the Colts, and they have the best running back in football.
I hear you. They don't have a good quarterback.
looks like a damn good quarterback to me right now.
All right, we'll see.
What's Daniel Jones'
All
numbers right now?
18-8.
Okay.
You in on the Chargers and Chiefs?
Wait, Daniel Jones is 18-8?
Yes. 18 touchdowns, 8 picks.
That's Bo Nix. Jones is 17-7.
Sorry.
Okay.
Very similar.
Very similar.
Uh,
Chargers and Chiefs, you in or no?
And Jones has 5 rushing touchdowns.
those are of course.
He's an athlete.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, that's an interesting one.
100%.
I'm actually in on Philadelphia. Even though their offense is not playing well.
Doesn't matter. You got Jalen Hurts, man.
They got about 3, 4, 5 dudes over
This is
there.
an interesting one. The Dallas Cowboys. They're 5-1.
Yeah.
I'm a yes on Dallas.
Yeah.
They have the best offense in football.
Yeah.
They haven't scored the most points, but they're the most, like, in terms of, like, production, yards.
What's his name?
They
He's
can
had a
move the
good
ball.
year running back. Guy they got
Javonte
from the
Williams having
Broncos.
a good
What?
season.
Javonte?
Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams.
Yeah. I'm definitely. Listen, they got receivers.
Broncos would like to have him back.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Well, they drafted R.J. Harvey, and they're not using him. What's his name
he
was off
healthy?
to a good start for them. Who was their starting running back? Dobbins?
It was Dobbins who got hurt. He's out.
Yeah,
for the
he
rest
gets
of the
hurt every year.
Where we at?
Washington, no. Giants, no. Anybody want to make a case for Washington? Daniels has just been a mess this year. He's been hurt.
No, I mean,
Terry-
Mariota's been playing.
Terry
Yeah.
McLaurin has been hurt.
All right. We may argue about another one. Here's another team with a good record that I'm saying no to, and that's the Chicago Bears.
I would say no there, too.
No, I'm
Okay.
cool.
You guys
straight
are out?
on them.
I'm surprised
I'm
you guys
straight
would
on
be
them.
in. This is a tricky one. This one's I'm very borderline on this one. Green Bay.
Yes.
See, Green Bay's got one of the best defenses in the league already. What did I say yesterday to Green Bay, Mike? I can't remember. I feel like I'm on the fence on Green
You
Bay.
went back and forth. It wasn't the one you took off the board. That was Denver. You said yes at first.
I mean, I'll stick-
Jordan Love, 2,500 yards, 15 touchdowns,
Yeah.
3 picks.
I'm lukewarm on Jordan Love. I'm not a full believer. in him.
I am a little lukewarm on him, too.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah.
I'll
Because,
say yeah, but
because
I
I
don't
still
feel great about it, but I'll say
think
yeah.
they're kind of a contender now with the defense they got. I mean, I don't know if the Browns defense is that big of an upgrade from
Yeah.
theirs. So
Here's a no-brainer for you: the Detroit Lions.
Oh man, listen,
They'd be one of the Super Bowl favorites.
They'd be like minus 500 to win it.
Yeah.
They would be one of my favorite teams. Like,
Yeah.
They would be the favorite by far.
Yeah.
and they got the best helmets. Ever.
Minnesota's a no,
They have
right?
some fire uniforms.
Man, uniforms.
Minnesota's a no.
No, I'm cool on that.
Here's an interesting one:
Baker?
Tampa Bay.
Well, considering,
It's so funny.
can I have Mike Evans?
Baker got off to a great start, but he has not played well the last month, and then he got hurt.
He just separated his shoulder. So
Yeah.
that's like what he had
So
here.
right now, we're factoring in injuries, right, Mike?
Yeah, it's right now. It's
I would say no on
Oh yeah, I'm
Tampa
out on
Bay.
that. Mike
Baker's
Evans and-
injury?
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm cool.
Carolina, no.
No,
Atlanta, New Orleans, no.
nope.
The Rams,
100%.
definitely.
Yeah, they,
Seattle, definitely.
Definitely Niners.
San
Hey,
Francisco?
you were-
Probably.
Hold
Yes.
on, hold on. You weren't in on Seattle yesterday.
I was out on Seattle?
because you said you didn't trust Arnold.
I don't trust Darnold. That's fair, but I'm changing my mind.
Okay.
Maybe I'll give Darnold a little bit of the doubt because he got the experience last year in the playoffs, and his connection with JSN right now is so special.
I've never met someone that can denigrate a player 1 second, and 2 seconds later you're praising him.
I didn't denigrate Sam Darnold. I said he choked in the playoffs last year.
Oh, I
That's
was
just
making an
fact.
argument for Daniel Jones, and you said how Darnold sucks, and now you're saying Darnold.
Well, but Darnold has at least played great 2 years in a row. Is that not fair?
he flip flopped on Jordan LeBron 6 times.
What, you Ken Carmen?
He
No,
flipped on
listen.
him.
Has Darnold?
That was funny.
Who's been the better quarterback the last 2 years?
Thank you.
Darnold or Daniel Jones? Last 2 years.
Well, one
Darnold.
quarterback played in New York, and another didn't.
All right, but Darnold's been the better player. I'm going to give him a little benefit of the doubt.
I'll give you that.
He's done it, and I just think, and I don't know. His JSN is playing at such a high level.
Plus you
Crazy.
get him.
Crazy.
You get the receiver.
You know what's crazy is of all these Ohio State wide receivers that have come out, I feel like he came out with the least hype, and he's the best of them out right now.
Terry McLaurin had no hype at all.
That's
but-
true.
hype.
He did, but he was earlier in this Ohio State wide receiver
Kinda.
regime.
Right.
Well, and it's funny because
Like Marvin Harrison came out with way more hype, and he's way better than now. Some of it's where he is, but it's not like Sam Darnold's Patrick Mahomes.
I still would give me Marvin Harrison.
You take Marvin over JSN?
No, not over him. I'm just
No,
saying I would
of
take.
course I would take
if the
him.
Browns could get. I'm like, yo,
100%.
can we get him? Like,
Yeah. No, I agree, but
yeah, right now, JSN is that dude. But
Yeah.
think about. But I mean, I didn't see him get 400 yards in a game. Like the game he played he played against Utah. where in a bowl game where he had like 340 some odd yards.
JSN?
Yeah. It was Utah in a bowl game.
Like a few years. Like
It was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It was the one where CJ Stroud was playing. Marvin Harrison didn't play in the game. Jackson Smith and Jigga was
The
playing.
Rose Bowl?
Yeah, it was a Rose Bowl.
You know, it's funny. We skipped Houston, but Houston's offense is just
I was going to say Houston is already has one of the best defenses.
Right, their defense is right there with the Browns.
And they're still kind of mid.
yeah.
And they got receivers too.
They might have their defense might even be better than the Browns. I think analytics wise it is. CJ Stroud just hasn't been the same player since his rookie year. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either.
He's got good receivers.
So, all right. So when are we going to do this?
Yeah.
Like when it comes to these quarterbacks, when are we going to start to get and say, listen, this is the hardest position in the world.
Like they're not going to be perfect every week.
Yeah, like it's going to be ebbs and flows from year to year. Like we be getting really greedy. Like to see because we think
prisoner of the moment in a lot of these.
Yeah.
Well, but let's face it. Mahomes, Lamar, Allen, and Burrow. And Allen's not having a great year. But look, those
Mahomes isn't having a great year.
And
Lamar Jackson's been hurt.
And obviously Lamar was hurt and Burrow's been hurt. But when those guys are healthy, their floor is good.
Yes.
Very good. Right? Their floor is that's not like CJ Stroud was excellent his rookie year. Since then he's been mid.
It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, I'm not saying he stinks. I'm saying he's been mid.
It's just tough to consistently sustain that over a long period. You know how good you got to be.
Well, that's what makes the top group special.
If you know how good you got to be to drop back and throw the ball and everybody know you throwing it and they still can't stop that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like you got to be like cuz there's a 3 to 4 year period where you're good and then they catch up, and then you got to evolve.
Yeah.
Like then you got to add something to your game. You got to get, and then this is all while your athleticism is declining.
Yeah.
Like people think about it with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
So Lamar Jackson, basically, I've seen the way he used to run. Them days is over. Like
I don't agree with that. I think he's just hurt this year.
I mean, the days of 50, he was getting 1,500. He was getting 13. This guy has over 1,000 yards rushing, and the way he runs.
Let's look at this. Yeah.
Now he's like, let me find somebody in the outer. Let me find it, scramble and find somebody. But I don't think them running days
Maybe
is done.
I might
More
agree.
run first, and now he's passing.
I might agree with you in terms of he's not going to run as much as often.
Yes.
But he's still dealing with injury. He's not 100%. By next year, he'll still have some of those runs where you're like, oh my God, what the hell is going on here? But I agree, it probably won't be as many. Well, he's almost 29, so that's getting. Not that it's old.
Problem is their defense is really not great this year.
Right.
And
now,
it's putting so much more on his plate, and he's not 100%. So it's like he just looks like. It looks like Superman's lost a little power.
So here's his rushing yards per year. So, he hasn't had a 1,000-yard rushing season, which it's out. That's crazy. Which is crazy.
We're not talking about Jahmyr Gibbs here.
No. He last year actually was his third best year in terms of total rushing yards. So this is his career. His rookie year where he only played 7 games, 695. 1206, 1005, 767, 764, 821, and then 915. And by the way, those 2 years where he had 700 something, he only played 12 games. So this is by far his worst. He has 237 yards in 8 games. He's not running a lot. If you look at his yards per attempt, it's his rookie year was actually the lowest at 4.7. This year he's at a measly 5.2. By the way, he's led the league in yards per attempt in 4 of the last 7 seasons. And that includes running backs.
This man's
obviously.
So, Bull.
Yeah. Anyway.
Because we've gone through all the teams now.
Oh, yeah, Niners. The Niners we would all take.
Yeah.
The Niners.
Yeah. So what is of the group, in your opinion, what is the worst of the offenses?
The worst offensive team.
That you could pair with this Browns defense to legitimately compete.
All right, so let me give you these to me are the options of the teams that at least one of us said yes to. The worst offensive teams are probably, I'm going to name a few. Mm-hmm. New England.
Yep.
Pittsburgh.
Yep. Colts.
No, as Dustin pointed out, at least right now, they're playing great offense, so I won't put them in there. Denver.
Probably Denver.
Philly, their offense is not very good.
Yeah.
Green Bay. Mm-hmm. Those are the 5.
I think Denver or Philly.
Which is the worst offense?
Damn.
Green Bay, Philly, Denver. I think it might be Pittsburgh.
I would vote
Now, I don't
Pittsburgh.
think Pittsburgh could get – I don't think he is with Pittsburgh.
I think I do. It's either Denver or Pittsburgh.
And
I like Denver's quarterback play better, but
let's put it this way. The Browns with and those offenses are, I'd say Denver's maybe above average. Pittsburgh's maybe right at average offensively. So, in other words, if the Browns had an just a slightly above average offense, they'd at least be a contender to go deep to make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And any better than that, they'd be a Super Bowl contender. And yet, to this point in the season, their offense has been so far from that that they're instead 3-9.
Yeah.
So that was a fun exercise.
That was a great exercise.
I think that was fun. I like hypotheticals. I like those. Like, I will say this:
Yeah.
if the Browns, I think it'll change a lot of people's perspective.
Yeah.
If the Browns, because this isn't a Raiders team. This is the 49ers. If the Browns do come out and win this football game, I think it'll change a lot of people's minds about, I don't know.
Yeah, this would be
It'll be like the future, or
because their only win against a good team was against Green Bay, and that was a weird game where the offense did nothing. This would be different. By the way, one more thing before we move on. So you said earlier, if you took the Bengals offense, the Browns defense would be the best team in football.
Yes.
So let's put that to the test here for a minute. Who do we think is the best team in football right now? Is it the Rams?
The
I'd vote
best
the Rams.
team in football right now. It's so funny. I
don't know if there's a clear answer.
I don't know that there is. I haven't seen the Rams play.
I haven't seen them enough either.
Much.
That's true. Because the Rams and Seattle have been like two of the best teams. I haven't seen either of them play much this year.
West Coast, man, and I just don't see the NFC play.
But let's say it's the Rams for now. Let's go with the Rams, okay? Because they have a proven quarterback
Sure.
and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So if healthy, and right now Burrow's healthy, so we're taking the Bengals offense, Browns defense, we're making a team. You taking Joe Burrow or Stafford?
Burrow.
Just for this year.
Stafford's the best quarterback in football.
You can make the argument, as much as I love Burrow, you can make the argument right now you'd rather have Stafford.
Stafford's the best quarterback.
You can
in
make the
football
argument.
right
No, I think I don't think there's no argument to be made. I think you would.
You would take Stafford.
If I'm taking it, I mean, I can't say.
I mean, if you're starting a team, obviously taking Burrow.
If Burrow's injured, I can't.
Yeah, he's just coming back from injury. All right, so we're taking Stafford, but obviously it's not a huge gap between the two. Would you rather have Kyren Williams or Chase Brown? Me, it's pretty close. It's a toss-up.
6'7".
Yep.
6'7".
Yep.
You guys do 6'7"?
6'7".
No, they don't do 6'7". I think it's falling out of favor.
The kids are now becoming so annoyed with the adults doing it.
They're out on it.
They're out.
It's not cool.
They burn
The
it.
adults do it.
They burn it. You
All
gotta
right,
burn it.
wide receivers. You going Bengals or Rams? Wide receivers. Wow.
Bengals.
That's easy.
I mean, you got Devontae Adams and Puka Nakua.
No,
I don't know that that's easy.
Listen,
Devontae Adams is unk.
yeah,
He's still good though.
He is very good.
If you want to
You'd
work,
rather have Chase than any of those guys, but still.
If y'all want to work these little underneath routes, have at it. I mean, Devontae Adams 5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't take anybody over Chase, so I get it. But Higgins is banged up.
I mean, Puka's a great receiver.
Yeah.
Just good at everything.
He good. Just solid receivers.
Neither-
But he ain't gonna scare me like that.
All right.
I mean,
So you want
he runs a 4.6 at the end of the day.
You want to say slide edge Bengals? I think it's close. Go slide edge Bengals.
I think it's a significant.
I think it's a very.
I don't agree
big
with that,
advantage.
but all right, you guys. Tight end. Neither team has particularly great tight end.
The Rams
play.
have a good tight end, don't they?
Who's their tight end? Colby Parkinson.
They have a bunch. They have like 4 that they rotate in.
Yeah,
they
the
all
Cubs
look the
use
same.
the Cubs.
They're all
use
white guys that wear 80 something.
Yeah.
The Bengals use
86,
Noah Fant
83.
and Gesicki
85.
was good last year, but he's been hurt most of this year. I'll call it maybe a slight edge for the Rams. Offensive line, the Bengals' offensive line has really improved as the season's gone along. Their rookie guards are actually both
Rams
playing
has
well.
been good this year.
But the Rams' offensive line is better. Now, defense.
Rams defense is significantly better.
Browns defense. Everywhere? I don't know enough about the Rams.
No, the
defense.
Rams is better than the Bengals.
No. We're comparing the Rams against the Browns.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Browns D-line's better.
The way this may sound crazy, but the way I would be hard pressed to take anybody over the Browns by the way they're playing right now.
Sure.
Because
ultimately, Myles Garrett is going to break the tie, right? Like, even if the Texans defense or the Rams defense or the Seahawks defense, if you look at it top to bottom, maybe those defenses has more depth than the Browns or blah, blah, blah. But ultimately, you're like, well, I get to have Myles Garrett. That's going to make up for whatever.
Man, listen, Denzel Ward.
But it's close. That's how good the Rams are.
yeah.
That if you compare the Rams versus the Bengals offense, Browns defense, it's pretty close.
McNuggets, can we check this out? Malik Collins might have the most sacks as a defensive tackle.
Well, we don't have to check it out because I actually looked it up during our show yesterday, and Malik Collins does lead the league in sacks amongst defensive tackles.
6.5.
With 6.5. There's a bunch of guys with like 6 and 5.5, but he is. So the Browns have the sack leader, the defensive tackle sack leader, the leader for defensive rookie of the year, and maybe the best, and one of the best corners in the league. I think you got a shot at. You're gonna have 4 Pro Bowlers probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't know enough about other defensive tackles to know if Malik Collins is definitely a Pro Bowler.
No, he's definitely a Pro Bowler this year. Definitely a Pro Bowler.
Definitely? How do you know definitely?
He leads defensive tackles in sacks and
Yeah, but there's a bunch of guys with
pass
one
rush
less.
win rate, though. He's
Yeah.
been the most disruptive pass rusher.
Yeah,
from
but
the
you don't know
interior.
what they look at, Mike. I don't know if they look at.
I'm
pass
just going off
rush
every
win.
advanced metric you look up. Malik Collins ranks
all
number
right.
1.
If you got
Pass
6.5 sacks,
Well, is that 6.5 now?
for a defensive end,
Who's
it's
the
good.
tackle? You mean?
No.
For a defensive
if
end.
I'm a defensive end and I got 6.5 sacks, I'm like, I'm balling right now.
When's the last time a D tackle had 10 sacks?
Aaron Donald.
I mean, last year.
Who had it? What's his name? He used to be on the Cowboys.
Dexter Lawrence
Yeah.
for the Giants.
Dexter Lawrence of the Giants. Who's the guy that was a good D tackle on the Cowboys a couple of years ago? I think he left there.
Zach Seiler had 10 sacks, defensive tackle last year.
Never even heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Miami. Dexter
He
Lawrence
had how many
10.
sacks? 10?
10, yeah.
He had
I've
10 as a
and
defensive
I've
tackle.
never heard of this guy.
Yep. 2
That's
defensive
crazy.
tackles last year at it.
Wow.
Isn't that
And
crazy?
that's the equivalent of a safety getting 6 picks.
What?
Yeah.
Is
If
Malik
you're a safety, you get 6 picks.
Will Malik Collins get 10 sacks this year? He needs 3.5 in 6 games.
Yeah.
By the way, what's crazy, Zach Seiler
Yeah.
had 10 sacks in back-to-back seasons, 23 and 24 from the
Had you
defensive
heard of him?
tackle position.
No, I heard.
Had you heard of him, Mike?
I think I've seen him in like Madden, but like that's
Oh.
it.
He'll get. I'm gonna tell you what, because the Myles Garrett effect is a thing. Like the way I was watching it the other day, I was just watching the tape. I'm like, all they tell them dudes, Jim Shorts is like, just penetrate and get in the backfield.
Yeah.
And you can't run out. You can't run outside away from Myles Garrett.
Right.
So they're collapsing the pocket.
Yeah.
And now it's just a free for all. And the thing about this is, when you get to bad weather or it starts to be bad weather games,
Yeah.
you ain't got no time to be running around. You either take a
Yeah.
step and fall down. Then ball security is a thing.
Yeah.
They're going to be the beneficiary.
And by the way, since week 7, Mason Graham is top 5 in PFF grade.
He's been awesome. Yeah.
Now again, PFF has its flaws, but what else do we have? And he was clearly playing really well. He's getting
becoming a really
better.
good player.
Yeah,
and something we're gonna. I talked about this with Mike. We're not gonna talk about it today, but sometime soon we're gonna have to have a conversation about whether Andrew Berry has saved his job with one of the all-time draft classes. It looks like right now. Because both Mary Kay and Ross Tucker said yesterday basically that you'd be crazy to fire Andrew Berry. What seems crazy to me, because I think he's done a horrible job before this year,
but they're not.
He did a good job this year.
That leads us right into where we're going next.
They don't,
Mary Kay is.
Well, I guess Mary Kay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That leads us to where we're going
Yeah.
next. So we got Shaun coming on in about 5 minutes, so we have to do this a little abbreviated. But
Okay.
reminder, we have our watch party this Sunday. We're running it back. It starts at 1 o'clock. We'll be live at 1 o'clock. G, myself, Earl, and Director Steve in the studio for another full watch party for Shedeur taking on the 49ers. Make sure y'all tune into that. All right, guys, before we bring in Shaun, we're going to get to him in about 5 minutes. What is more important overall to the Browns right now? Our friend Xavier P. texted me this question, said, X, I'll put him in the show at some point. Right now, what's more important to the Browns? Winning a few games down the stretch here and trying to change the narrative on the losing culture that has been instilled in Berea?
Changing the narrative. I don't like that expression.
How would you rather phrase it?
Change the culture.
Well, you're not going to change the culture with 2 wins.
Well, maybe you can. Maybe you can
Maybe
start.
you can't. So there you go. So would you rather change the
I
culture
have
or
changed.
try to change it with 2
Talk
wins
about flip-flopping.
or draft
This
position?
is a subject, guys, that I have flip-flopped on for years. I was like, once you stink, lose as much as you can to get a higher pick.
I've talked you into this, I think, a little bit.
But yes, I feel differently now, especially when it's a team like the Browns. Now, with the Bengals, I'm going to root for them to win because especially with Joe Burrow playing. But if the Bengals lose, I don't care. They got Joe Burrow. They can bounce back next year if, their defense was not the worst in football. the Browns have had so much losing. And ultimately, if they think Andrew Berry's finally gotten it, or they're going to hire a new GM that they believe in, the good GMs, it doesn't matter where they draft. I understand if the Browns, depending on what happens with Shedeur the rest of the season, if the Browns want to take a quarterback, yeah, you might need to be up at 1 and 2. But generally, the good team, there's a reason the same teams are picking high every year. Because they blow the draft. Not because, so I think this team, which has done so much losing the last 2 years, with so many young players, and next year you're going to have even more, this team next year, there's going to be 30 players that are 3 years or less in the league. Mm-hmm. You got to have some sort of winning feeling going into the offseason. So I don't want the Browns to lose out for a higher pick. I want them to win some games and start feeling better about the team. Start feeling like we could actually win football games here. I think I think it will help the culture and could start turning the culture around. And that's why I've changed my mind on that front.
So you're right. However, if Stefanski's not going to be the coach, the culture cannot be changed.
That's true. You're right.
So I guess if the wins help Stefanski keep his job, and we like Stefanski, and we think that's going to be the guy going forward, then absolutely. But if he's not the coach, all this is
that's true.
Is
that's fair
for nothing.
Yeah.
For nothing. It's just hurting whether it's Barry or the new GM from having a better draft spot. And by the way, if there's a new coach and new GM, this roster, 50% of it's gone next year. There'll be a turnover. Half the roster will be gone.
That's the
reality.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is I think this is a huge point, and I think it's a very good question for the rest of the season, because you find out now this is the most important part of the season right here. This is it, because let me tell you something. I just saw a stat that said rookies accounted for basically 82% of all production in the game against the Raiders. Mm-hmm. That's passing, rushing, all the above, right? And if you got these guys that are major key points and major key fixtures in your offense, in your team, these games are monumental, because now the biggest thing in the world, and when I was coming off my freshman year playing, the freshman year was just like you get thrown in, you started a bunch of games. And in my mind, I was like, oh, okay, now I'm getting it. I understand what y'all want me to do. Yeah. Now it's time in the offseason. Let me work on my individual game so I can actually add something to it. So Judkins has no offseason, right? He came in regular.
Right.
You look at Isaiah Bond, came in off the street. You look at some of these other guys that Carson Schlesinger played the entire year. That experience is invaluable. And then, too, let me just tell you something, and I was sitting there thinking about this. Even this game, this is a good San Francisco team. This ain't no bum team. If the Cleveland Browns are able to win this game or some of these games, it's going to change your outlook on everything. Because look at it. You get this win, you start to look at the schedule. Mm-hmm. And then even if you got Buffalo and Pittsburgh, right? If you play them hard or you play them solid and you lose by a couple of points, but it was a high scoring affair, or you played really well, you're gonna come away feeling good about it, because you're like, bro, we out here playing with a bunch of rookies.
Yeah.
And the reality of the situation is, just like Andrew Berry could possibly save his job, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If they go out there and they upset a couple of these squads, and you beat a Pittsburgh, and you get to win against Tennessee, and you look good, there's going to be conversations about who's going.
Kevin Stefanski. Isn't it ironic that Shedeur Sanders could help save Kevin Stefanski's job?
Especially if he looks
There's
good.
Some people don't want to hear it, but that could happen.
People think that he hates Shedeur.
Which I don't believe.
It's crazy.
It's
wild work, as Garrett would say.
It's like you got to think about it, because if he especially if he plays well. Because technically, to be truthful, I always said the only thing Kevin Stefanski really controls now is the timeout, in fact, the challenge flag and the timeouts. Like, he is not the coordinator. He's not calling the plays. Tommy Reese is calling the plays. Yeah. I've always said.
But he's obviously still involved in the offense.
I mean, yes, but you got to think about it. If Tommy Reese plays well, or they play well, and Shedeur looks good, that's the more influence Tommy Reese got. because they're going to say, I'm a first-year coordinator. He's going to have opportunities to go to other places. He's going to be well thought of. So, listen, with Jay Crawford, a rising tide, they raise all boats. And that just happens to be the general manager and the coach. If you find a quarterback, a lot of things look real rosy after a while, especially if you can put wins together, because people will start drinking Kool-Aid.
I think if the Browns beat San Francisco, now I don't think they're going to, but if they do, I think that alone leads to a good chance that both Stefanski and Barry will be back, and here's why. Because they'll beat the Titans the following week if they beat San Francisco. I'll be stunned.
They'll be on a 3-game win
if they don't win. And now you got 5 wins if you beat Tennessee.
Going into Chicago.
Right? And then, you probably win one more. Maybe it's Chicago. Maybe it's Cincinnati. Who knows?
You got the Steelers
if they end
at
up
home.
6-11, they're not getting fired. As much as we may want Stefanski to get fired, they're not getting fired if they finish 6-11.
Yeah.
Because most of us thought they were going to win 4 or 5 games this year. Yeah. I think I picked 5. I think you picked 3.
Yeah.
Or 4.
3 or 4.
I remember.
If they win 6.
Remember this. There was a year, I forget what year it was, Dustin. Eric Mangini was the coach.
Yeah.
And the Cleveland Browns, down the
08
stretch.
or 09.
Yeah. Right.
They won 4 games.
Yep.
And Eric Mangini kept his job.
They got fired the next year, right?
Yeah, they ended up winning that Jets game at the end.
Yeah.
They gave him 4 games in a row,
Right.
and they kept him.
And they started terribly the next season.
Fool's gold.
It was
I think it was
gold.
08.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk to our buddy Shaun King, see what he thinks about the situation.
Yeah, we got Shaun, and Shaun today's brought to us by FanDuel. The NBA's back. There's no better place to get it on the action than with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when their first $5 bet wins. So head over to FanDuel.com/UCSS to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Shaun had texted me and said, hey, Mike, when you put me on, I need a soundbite first.
Ooh.
He picked a soundbite from Shedeur Sanders' post-game press conference on Sunday. So we're going to hear from Shedeur, and then Shaun's going to tell us why he wanted to start his hit today with the soundbite.
They could analyze, everybody can say everything from sideline. You could watch TV, everything. You could talk on TV, whatever you want to do. But until you get out there and you do it, then it's different. Going out there, with, only practice with the $100 and everything, like, that's different. It's a lot of vet quarterbacks, that had their time and everything that were backups and was able to get thrown in the game and be all right. But I don't think they was like that in their rookie year. That's a difference, Like that's different, and I'm thankful for that experience because that helped me get to where I am today. That helped me go into the game very comfortable, knowing that they got a great defense with the Ravens, knowing the different looks, how they could be confusing to the naked eye. But that's why during the game I was smiling so much, because I'm like, oh yeah, if this what it is, I know I'm gonna be able to accept that challenge and move forward one day and be able to have success. So that's the mentality I went with going and prepping for this week.
There you go, Shaun. Shaun King with us now. Shaun, tell us why you wanted to hear that clip specifically from Shedeur.
Well, because I think life is about separating your opinion from others. And to Shedeur, I walked those shoes already. 1999, I was the second-round pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Third quarter, second down, Trent Dilfer rolls to the right, gets tackled, breaks his collarbone. I never forget this. I didn't know where my helmet was. I was the backup quarterback. I hadn't got any first-team reps. The only difference was Tampa was expected to be a Super Bowl contender. So I came into the game as a rookie, backup quarterback. It was getting no reps. There were 5 games remaining on the season. I ended up helping us go 4-1. We made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. So I just wanted to put context on my opinions regarding this situation. I went through it myself. The start to my NFL career was almost identical to Shedeur's. Started the year as a third stringer, worked my way up, ended up being the backup. Starter got hurt. Boom, I had to go right into the game and perform. So I just wanted to start with that. And then I wanted to say shout out to the Dawg Pound. Y'all showed up and showed out in Las Vegas. So many people. Shout out to the reach that you guys have. Came up to me at one of my cigar lounges and said they watched the show. They were here to support Shedeur.
Nice.
Hat tip to the Browns for job done. But they definitely traveled well to Vegas to support the Browns.
So, Shaun, as you pointed out, you are better than almost any person in the world to give us an analysis of what he's going through and how he played. So break it down for us. What do you think of the first start?
So first of all, the first thing I would tell him is do whatever it takes to win. And the hard part about what he's about to go through is every game is going to look different.
Yep.
The Raiders game, it was a road game, but it wasn't a hostile environment. They got out to a good lead. There's a comfortability that comes with that, right? From a play calling standpoint, from a quarterbacking standpoint, the way your defense was playing, it looked like there was nothing the Raiders could do to win that game. I thought he managed the game effective. I thought he made the right plays. You know, I thought he did a great job of staying within the scheme. There will be games down the line where it doesn't go right. You get a special teams touchdown by the other team. You know, maybe there's a turnover and you're playing from behind and they know you're going to throw the ball. So they're going to be – every game is going to look different. You know, that was the part that I didn't realize. Because my first start was Monday Night Football, Minnesota Vikings, Jeff George, Chris Carter, Randy Moss, you know, that group. So
yeah.
What I figured out at the end of it that I didn't know going through it, every game is completely different at that position than the one before. So you can't get too up, you can't get too down. You just got to stay the course and keep your preparation improving and keep trying to make the best decision and the best play in every moment.
You know, Shaun, you know, I'm glad you mentioned that because, you know, when you know, you pull up to the barbershop, you know, you when you talk about Shedeur, you come from a position of, okay, I played that position. I've also been a coordinator at a very high level. I give you coaching with what I'm telling my quarterbacks. And so you just said something, and I think maybe you can highlight this to the people in the audience, is like when you are the quarterback, half of what you, or a large part of what you're trying to do is understand what I need to do now. Like, hey, I don't need a shot play now. I just need to dump it off. Or, hey, listen, man, I do need to extend right now. Understanding that, okay, once I get past my first script, what is it that I need to propel my team in this game versus what they're doing? How difficult is that to do as a young quarterback?
It's extremely difficult because you're just trying to remember the play call. You're trying to get to a point where you can, without thinking about it, vary your snap count. So the other defense isn't, you know, getting a jump on your O-lineman. Like, there's so much nuance to playing the position. But this is where I think Shedeur's confidence, and I was very similar. Warren Sapp actually nicknamed me Smoothie King because I stepped into that situation and I wasn't overwhelmed. I was calm when it's chaotic. But you can be too cool for school at the same time. You can also be too confident. And the thing I battled with was we had a really good defense, just like Cleveland. Like, we had 4 future Hall of Famers on that defense. Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, Rondé Barber, John Lynch. I basically was told, if you don't turn the ball over, we're probably going to win every game. So my messaging to Kevin Stefanski and the organization would be this. Don't put a safety capsule around Shedeur over this last stretch of games. Tell Shedeur, listen, I want you to be aggressive. I want you to go out there and test your limits and figure out what you can and can't do, because that's going to be best long-term for his development and for the organization's development. So there's a fine line between being smart and not being stupid, but also taking the chances and pushing the envelope so that you can actually develop as a quarterback.
Shaun, there's a lot's been made of how the Browns have handled Shedeur Sanders, as you know, going back to training camp. You talked about the fact that you were third string, you didn't get any reps, blah, blah, blah. This has been, obviously, when you played, there was not social media, certainly not like there is today. Obviously, Shedeur Sanders is through the roof popular and through the roof, and there's a lot of fans who watch our show who are Shedeur Sanders fans. They don't even really care about the Browns. They just love Shedeur. And I get it, and I get his popularity. What would you say to people about their complaints about how the Browns have handled this, and specifically all the complaints, which I'm sure you've heard, about Kevin Stefanski doesn't like him and all this stuff. Do you buy any of that?
I don't. And if you listen to Kendrick Perkins, Shedeur is bigger than Obama. So, I mean, he definitely is.
He said that?
He did say that, yes.
100%.
Was he out of his mind?
And he was passionate. And he meant what he said. I would say this. If you took Shedeur Sanders' name off the jersey, no other fifth-round quarterback would be evaluated in the manner that he's been evaluated.
Yes.
And I think his support base mixes up their disgust with the fact that he fell on draft day with who actually drafted him. Because I'm being honest, and it was egregious. I came on your show and said I had a late first, early second round grade on Shedeur. If the Browns don't take Shedeur, does Shedeur get drafted?
I don't know.
I mean, the Ravens said they were going to draft him, but who knows?
Right, and allegedly they didn't want to go there because he didn't want to, back up Lamar.
Well, I don't know that they said that publicly, Mike. That's been reported.
But to me, the Shedeur fan base should have some grace for the Browns organization because they're ultimately the organization that pulled the trigger. I don't think Stefanski dislikes Shedeur. If you go back and look at Dylan Gabriel's first start, I think y'all won that game as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Won his second start. They lost his first start. Yeah.
If you go back and pull up the post-game locker room speech, he doesn't go out of his way to mention Dylan either. So I would have felt a different way if he had big up Dylan and then big up Shedeur, but it just looks like his approach is the quarterback's going to get celebrated. Let me take my opportunities in front of the team to celebrate the guys that probably would go overlooked that were an integral part of our success. So my one opinion on Shedeur's rabid fan base, keep loving on Shedeur.
Yes.
But listen, let the process play out. Stop blaming everybody else when something don't go right or something don't go as you want it to regarding Shedeur.
Shaun, when you look at this week's game, it's obviously a much stiffer test, a tougher defense, a better offense, just a better football team, better coaches, all of that. But it's at home. Do you think that the Niners will look at Shedeur and look at what the Ravens did and try to bring a lot more pressure on him? And will they be able to get that pressure home against Shedeur? Because the Raiders stink. I mean, the Raiders are so bad. I hope that Shedeur plays phenomenal against this Niners defense on Sunday, but I don't think it's going to be quite the same as it was against Vegas.
Well, Dustin, it's a great question. And like I said earlier, every game's different. You know, the one thing that I would say is I would have a non-emotional approach to Sunday because this isn't the Niners defense that we've been accustomed to the last 3-4 years. Like, their two best defenders will be probably not even at the game. Bosa and, what's the linebacker?
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. Yeah.
Fred Warner. Both of those guys are out for the year. They're starting their rookie D lineman that they were depending on. He's out for the year. So this isn't an elite. Right? There's a list of injured guys, and they're all starters. Yeah. So this is not like the great Niners defenses we've got to know. So Cleveland could very well go out here and have some success offensively and find a way to win the game. So for me, you just got to figure out how to approach the game once the game starts. And if we can establish Quinshon Judkins, that would be awesome. As good as the game felt against the Raiders, they still weren't able to effectively run the ball on first and second down with Quinshon.
It's true.
I mean, it kind of gets glossed over because of the Wildcat touchdowns, but if you look from just his touches, I mean, he's getting hit in the backfield way too much.
Yep.
So that's something I'd want to establish because it's good for us long term. And that way it also allows us to start really play action throwing the football. So, Dustin, to your question, Sunday could go any kind of way because this isn't an elite 49er defense coming to Cleveland.
Got it.
When we say giving more autonomy, I saw Chase Daniel, and Chase Daniel was talking about that he wanted Kevin Stefanski and Ty Maurice to kind of take the training wheels off the offense. What does that necessarily mean? Is that giving him more autonomy at checks at the line? Is that giving him two plays? What do you mean by that in terms of giving him more, and what does that look like, and how will you know they're giving him more based on what you see in the game?
Well, when I'm watching the game, and GBush, we got to watch a live game together sometime. I'm not watching the same game most civilians and fans are watching. Like I can tell from the concepts based on the alignment. I can tell if the footwork is right. Like I can tell how aggressive Stefanski and Tommy Rees are calling the game. And what Chase is talking about is give him a chance to operate an aggressive game plan and see if he can manage the decision-making process of it. And here's what I mean. Just because the play caller calls a double move down the field or some kind of shot throw, if it's not there, that don't mean you have to throw it. There are always check-down options, right? There are always fail-safes on every play. So that's what Chase is saying. Instead of all the three-step stuff, all the screens, even his explosive plays are both on scrambles, right? He exited the pocket, and made a throw down the field. Chase is saying call an aggressive game. Call a downfield vertical passing game and see where Shedeur is as far as being able to manage the decision-making process in the game. One thing to watch, and here's why it gets tougher just as a point as a rookie. Both of his explosive throws were scrambles where he evaded the pocket to the right. What defenses will start to do is make that contain guy to his right side, not rush, but contain. And so it's just the little nuances when they get more film on you of how they try and make you do things that they don't think you're good at. So it's just something to watch moving forward. As he gets more film, will they allow him to evade the pocket right? Is Stefanski and Tommy calling an aggressive game? If they are, is Shedeur throwing the ball in double coverage, or is he checking it down? That's what Chase Daniel meant.
Shaun, Myles, you talked about playing with 4 Hall of Famers on defense, all great players, obviously. Just to put it in perspective, and I understand Warren Sapp was a defensive tackle, Myles Garrett has more sacks the last 4 weeks than Warren Sapp had in any season in his career except for one when I think he had 16. I say that not to denigrate in any way Warren Sapp, but just to say this is absurd what Myles Garrett is doing right now. Shaun, there's the second leading sack guy in the league has 13 sacks. He has it in 4 weeks. Have you ever seen a guy playing like this before at this level?
Well, I think right now Myles Garrett's the best defensive player in the National Football League, but the season he's having isn't as good as the 16 and a half sack NFL defensive MVP season Warren Sapp had. Like, Warren Sapp played in an era where people used the fullback and tight end and power run game and only threw the ball on third down, and he still got 16 or more sacks. I think it was 16 and a half, but you can look it up, Mike.
I'll double check it. It's 16 and a half. You're right.
Yeah, as a defensive tackle.
Yeah, nuts.
He got 16 and a half.
That's crazy.
As good as Myles Garrett is, the game is now played almost exclusively from the shotgun on offense, and there are a lot more opportunities to get sacks because of that.
Fair point.
Now, he's still great, and I think he's the best player in football, but for context, Sapp got 16 and a half as a 3 technique in a league that still used the fullback, tight end, and ran the ball on first and second down.
Well, you look at Myles Garrett, some of those other guys up front, Mason Graham, Malik Collins, you look at that. When you got Myles Garrett as an offensive coordinator, does that kind of free other people up where you start to see younger guys making plays like guys that you're like, listen, are you going to be content with just double and tripling team Myles Garrett, or how would you go about trying to stop a dude that's getting 4 or 5 sacks a game?
I think where Cleveland does a good job, and you've seen it happen with Michael Parsons and some of the other elite pass rushers, is they don't just line them up in a static position. So it's not like Myles is going to be a left end every snap that he's in the game on defense. They move him a right end. They move him around. They'll play him. They'll line him up in 3 technique and run some kind of game where he loops out. So it's harder to double a guy that's fluid, from an alignment standpoint. So that would be my response.
Shaun, great stuff as always, man. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you next week.
Hey, Shaun.
Yes.
Do the green wave belong in the playoff?
Absolutely, yes, because when they invented the college football playoff, they said the top-ranked group of 5 team was going to get in. And if that's the Green Wave, 100%. We got to handle business. We play Charlotte this week. Can't take anybody for granted. I just booked my flight, so I'm going down to New Orleans next Friday.
For the
Hopefully it'll be North Texas. Yep, to the championship game. And let me say this before I leave. I told y'all Jameis Winston was one of the top 32 quarterbacks in football. And y'all see my dog, Y'all see my dog. Yeah.
It was amazing.
He crazy.
He is a crazy.
And who would have known he was a receiver?
The stiff
Who
arm,
would have
Shaun,
known he was
crazy.
a ball player?
Mike, they got to kick that field goal there, Shaun. You got to kick a field goal there. What are you doing?
That was so bad.
Hey, it's around the league. The decision making is at an all-time low. Even Dallas is 21-21. They got a chance to go up 3, and they go for it on 4th down, like on the 3. Like, it's some crazy. As Bush would say, that's some crazy work. That's some crazy work.
Wild work.
And you guys have a great Thanksgiving.
You too,
Again,
buddy.
shout out to everybody from Cleveland that came to Las Vegas. They represented the Browns organization in an elite way. Some really good fans y'all got there, man.
Nice.
And good luck Sunday versus San Francisco.
Thanks, Shaun. We'll talk to you later.
That is Shaun King. We appreciate Shaun. As always, before we play some No Fence Riders, we got to send it out to Cody, our dear friend, for a word from Peloton.
Mikey.
I'm Cody Rourke from Locked On Broncos, and this episode is brought to you by Peloton. Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. This is Peloton's most advanced equipment yet, giving you real-time guidance and endless ways to move, whether you're running, lifting, or you're cross-training with your favorite instructors like Alex Toussaint. It's training reimagined to make your workout more personal. Peloton is built for breakthroughs. With features that help you plan, stay motivated, and hit peak performance, you can let yourself run, lift, flex, and go, while Peloton handles all the rest. Plus, Peloton IQ provides real-time strength coaching, tracking your progress and suggesting weights that challenge you so you can get stronger. Plus, the new movement tracking camera, it counts your reps and corrects your form in real time, making sure every rep is safer and smarter. So, let yourself run, lift, flex, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
Thank you so much, Cody. Time for a little No Fence Riders, guys. And Anthony is not here. So, I couldn't change the graphic when Bull texted us this morning.
I flip-flopped on one of these.
So, on the first graphic, you're going to see Bull in the yes category. He wants to change it to a no category. The first question was...
flip-flopper today, Bull.
Man, he been moving all over the board.
The first question was, Shedeur Sanders threw for 209 yards against the Raiders. Will he throw for 210 or more against San Francisco? With Bull's flip-flop, we are officially a dead-even split. Tyvis, Earl, Jason G said yes, he will. Dustin, Jay, myself, and Bull said no, he won't. Bull, why'd you flip-flop?
This morning I was thinking about it, and I'm like... Young quarterbacks especially, it never goes in a straight line up. It goes, I think he's going to take a little step back, and then next week he's going to play really well and step up. So I think it'll be okay this week, but I really think this is going to be a fast-moving running game. I think they'll be able to run a little better. The Niners aren't very good up front, and I think he's going to finish with like 170 yards, not quite 210. So I made the last second. I think when I first answered, I got caught up in a little Shedeur mania. And I was like, come on, he's still a rookie. There's still not a lot of talent around him. So that's why I flip-flopped on that one.
I look at it, and the reason I say yes is you go back and you watch the film. There's a couple of things, and there's a couple of plays where there's other plays where it was easily fixable. Like Jerry Jeudy doesn't just inexplicably I don't know what he was doing, trying to get his move on, trying to get his moonwalk on. There's hidden yardage there. There's a couple of throws where you see the quick read is there. If you hit Judkins out on a swing pass, you give an opportunity to catch the football there. I think the encouraging part is his growth from the game he played against the Ravens to the Raiders. And what I wanted to see, and what everybody wants to see, is the growth again and taking another step, right? So now we got rid of some of the sack stuff. Now let's see if we can push the ball down the field, throw on time a little more. It may not be 290 yards, but, could it be 215, 220? I think you're going to need 215 or 220 to be in this type of game.
Why don't they throw to him more, Judkins? Like, part of he's struggling in terms of.
He's not in the game on third down.
Yeah, he's not.
But you don't have. I mean, you could throw it to the running back on first or second down.
Yeah, but those guys aren't always like it's not. Those first and second down aren't always passing downs. So it's not. It's not like he's always an option.
I hear you, but like
they don't really. With Shedeur in the game, they don't really pass the ball. Pass the ball on first and second down. They be
well. I mean, it's only been 1.5 games. You know, adjust a little bit. Like Quinshon Judkins, we've seen when he gets a little room, he's dangerous. So get him the ball in some space.
I think sometimes we take for granted that this is what Tommy Reese's how many game?
This will be his fourth game.
This is his fourth game. He's had 2 different quarterbacks.
Yeah, and
it's his first time calling plays in the league. So sometimes he might not. Like you said, I asked Shaun. He's trying to get his flow. He's trying to understand who's who, what's the best place to get these guys involved, which is difficult to do when you take over that position in the first part of the season. So
give him some grace.
I'll give him a little grace. We'll see how you do this week.
I'd like to see Quinshon get involved in the passing game.
I would too. I hope it'll
happen.
I don't care if he can't pass protect or not.
Yeah,
because Dylan Sampson can't.
I wouldn't take him out.
No.
Very often. Jerome Ford's useless out there. Now I haven't seen anything from Dylan Sampson before this past week, and he made those 2 nice plays.
That's how you really feel.
Bull be stripping people's
I gotta always keep it real.
This guy's a bum.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I picked the under, and that was before I knew.
Well, not everybody answers every one, but we should. Go ahead. What's your thoughts on why you got him under?
Because he would have went under last week if he didn't have the 65-yard. It was a run basically to Sampson. I mean, that was the huge chunk play that put him over the 200
but most
yards.
teams will have a play like that. It's
really?
Not that, well, maybe not 65 yards.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not going to go over 210 without a play like that this week.
Okay, so you don't think he's going to have a play like that?
No, it's rare to have a 65-yard touchdown pass.
That's true.
So, think about this, Bull. If he's throwing on average, 7 to 10 yards a pop.
Right.
And he's going to throw 20 times? Like he had, 11 completions in that game?
He did.
Okay, well that's about 100 yards.
Well, last week he averaged 10 yards per attempt, obviously because of that play and the Isaiah Bond play.
And give or take.
Yeah.
But the point is, you need to have a huge chunk play or chunk plays.
Yeah.
And the Browns just don't have a ton of weapons. I mean, that was.
Yeah, that's why it's going to be hard.
It is going to be hard. It's not denigrating.
It doesn't
Shedeur.
even mean he can play a perfectly fine game and not have a ton of yards.
And throw for 165 yards, and the Browns win.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's like we asked Shaun, what is opening the playbook? When you say open the playbook, or what are you going to do? Taking the training wheels off? That's a big part of what the game plan will be, because some of it is like, hey, are we going to give you a route where we're going to tell you to do the protection scheme, and we're going to have you do a full field read, and we're going to have you go through 3 different route combinations and get to your 3rd read, and then if it's there, you throw it and let it go. Those are the type of things if you want to have 250 yards, because you need to find those chunk plays outside of just the things like the screen or different things like that. It's kind of hard to pushing the ball down the field consistently 20 yards down the field.
It's also harder, G, if there's 30-mile-an-hour winds and potential inclement weather.
I mean, listen, there's a lot of quarterbacks in the league that average 250 a game, but there still are games where they don't even throw for 200. Sometimes these quarterbacks like Allen or a Drake May, they'll have a game where it's like they throw for 320.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that skews the average up. But trust me, I know, because I bet these stupid props every week.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, Josh Allen's 210, easy. And he throws for like 199.
You're like, dang, what
happens? So. All right, Mike.
All right, next one. Will Myles Garrett have more sacks than the Browns have plays of 20 or more yards on Sunday?
It's absurd that we have these questions, but they're legit.
It is fair. We had the Myles versus touchdowns one last week, so we have Myles versus 20-yard plays last week.
It did not go for Myles last week.
The touchdowns won last week.
Even with the 3 sacks.
Last week, it was 3 versus 3 in this category. 3 20-plus yard plays, 3 sacks for Myles. So which will have more? The people who think Myles will have more sacks than 20-yard plays, Dustin, Jay, and myself.
Wow.
Bull, G, Jason, Earl, and Tyvis said more 20-yard plays.
Well, you guys are lost on this one. Go ahead.
I think the weather's a big factor.
I said yes here, right?
You said yes, he'll have more sacks.
Yeah, because I think Myles is going to have 2 sacks, and I think it's going to be hard for the Browns to generate 2 plays or more of over 20 yards. I mean, we all watch the same offense every week. Just because Shedeur's out there doesn't mean things are going to change significantly. Yeah, I think he'll take some more shots down the field, but you still throwing at the same receivers.
So last week against the Raiders, how many sacks did Myles have?
3.
Okay, so he had 3. So he had 3 sacks. So if you look at it, and I'm just looking from last week, he had to throw to Bond, then he had another throw to Judy, and then there was the play to Dylan Sampson. So that was 3 plays right there. So if I'm thinking and extrapolating, I got Myles Garrett getting about 3 sacks this game. I think Quinshon Judkins will get carry over 20 yards. I think that there will be some sort of pass. I don't know what it will be. It could be a screen. It could be something for 20 yards to Jerry Jeudy. And I got Harold Fanning Jr. Catching a pass and rumbling down the field for another 20 yards. So I got the Browns offense with more than 20-yard plays. I think they actually get 4.
Yeah, I think as much as I love Myles Garrett, I'll be surprised if he gets more than 1 sack this week. First of all, we've all gotten our brains out of whack on Myles Garrett because he's on this absurd streak. But even during the streak, he had 1 game where he only had 1 sack.
It's fair.
The Niners are one of the best teams at protecting the quarterback.
And he's going against Trent Williams.
And you're going against one of, if not the best tackle. And now I know they move Myles Garrett around, but just like you say, well, we don't think there's going to be big plays because it's going to be a running game and the bad weather. Well, the Niners are going to do the same thing.
It's very fair.
So I don't think they're going to be dropping back to pass that much, especially if they get the lead, which is more likely than it is with the Raiders in that situation. In fact, the Niners in the last 3 weeks since Purdy's been back, that first of the 3 weeks might have still been
the first was Mac Jones. He's been back for 2 games.
Last 3 weeks, they've only allowed 1 sack.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's Myles Garrett, so nothing can surprise me. But I'm guessing it wouldn't even shock me if he got 0 this week. It's going to happen. There's going to be a week where he gets 0. But I think I'm going to give him 1, and I'll give the Browns 2 plays over 20 yards. I don't think they have many either, but 2-1 in terms of the Browns.
All right, next one. Will Christian McCaffrey, who leads the NFL in receptions for running backs this year, have more catches by himself than every Browns wide receiver combined? 3 of us are on the same side of the fence versus 1 on the other. So I'm going to let the 1 on the other side of the fence go first.
I'm surprised it's not 8-0.
It was not. It's a 4-4 split.
Wow.
Dustin, Bull, Earl, and Tyvis.
Wow.
Said yes, he will. Myself, G, Jason, and Jay said no, he won't.
You guys are.
I mean,
it's 2-2, Mike.
Yeah, I
people here
was looking at the wrong answer.
I mean, if Christian McCaffrey gets 4 catches, right? Say they spam him with 5.
The average is about 6.3 per game.
Yeah.
So look, you get these. If you just get this is to me. If you get 2 from Judy, Cedric Tillman caught a pass last week. Maybe Isaiah Bond catch a little pass. By the way, them little screen passes they be throwing be counting. I don't see. I mean, I think it's easy for them to get 6. Now, listen, granted, we know the tight ends are the leading receivers for the Browns. We understand that Harold Fanning Jr. usually, or David Njoku is the security blankets. But I actually think it'll end up Christian McCaffrey will get about 4 touches, and I got the Browns receivers getting 6 total catches.
I thought this was the easiest one. I can't believe you guys. Give us your reasoning, Mike.
Well, he averages 6.5 catches per game.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny, I took weather into account for some of the other ones. I did not take weather into account for this one. But to think all the receivers combined can't get 7 catches.
Have you not watched this team all
I know,
year?
and I went back, but I was hoping he's going to throw.
By the way, you think he's only going to get 6 catches, McCaffrey?
He averages 6.5.
Yeah, he'll have about 10 this week.
Why would you not assume he'd be over his average this
Listen,
week?
if Bull could flip-flop earlier, I'm going to flip-flop on this one. I'm going to flip-flop into the other side.
I'd be shocked if McCaffrey had less than 8 catches. I bet you he gets 10 in this game.
You talked me into it. I'm
10
flip-flopping.
catches a lot, bro.
He's done. Here's McCaffrey by week.
What do you have Monday? 8?
Here's McCaffrey by week in terms of, now 10 is a lot. He hasn't done 10 very often, but his receptions, 7, 5, 8, 5, 3, 7, 7, 8, 6, 10, 6, 9.
But here's the reason why.
Last 3 weeks, 25.
You just said it.
No, you counted backwards, Bo. His last 3 weeks are 20.
Oh, those were the old. Okay, yeah, 7 this past week. 7, yeah.
You made the point, like talking about Myles Garrett and his sacks.
Yeah.
Like, this is a game where Brock Purdy's got to get rid of the ball so fast.
Right.
And he knows his clock is going to be
That's
like
right.
super hyper on, right?
Yep.
And so those quick things, it's like, there, McCaffrey. He's going to have 10 catches or more.
They've targeted him 23 times the last 3 weeks, and he has 20 catches. Like when they throw it to him, he almost always catches it.
I got him for 4 or 5 catches.
Wow.
Sorry.
I got
You're
4 or
nuts.
5
You're nuts.
catches.
He's only had less than 6 3 times this year.
So here's what I would say, right? Same thing with Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
If I come into this football game and I'm Jim Schwartz, I don't care nothing about none of your receivers. If your receivers want to kill me downfield and you got that much time to throw deep, have at it. But if I'm him, I'm like, okay, Christian McCaffrey, where is he at? That's the guy. I got somebody running around with him the whole game. That's what I'm doing because you don't got time to be going down the field like that.
Right, but it's not like you can put a corner on Christian McCaffrey.
No, we're going. Look, if he wants,
and you got to worry about Kittle around there too.
So here's another thing too.
Yeah.
Are they going to keep him in the block some, or are they going to put him in the pass route? Because
Yeah.
if they want to put him in the pass route, then that's one less blocker.
What are the Browns' wide receiver catches per game average?
Average per game?
I mean, that's so pitiful.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
This is going to be depressing.
Yeah, give me
It's gonna be
the
very
Browns wide receivers. How many catches does Bond have?
Well, Judy has 32 in 11 games, so 2.9 per game.
Okay.
Bond has 13 in 10 games, so 1.3.
So that's 4.2.
Mm-hmm.
Tillman has 17 in 7 games, so that's like 2.2.
So that's 6.6.
Mm-hmm.
Thrash has 10 in 9 games, so 1.
I'm not counting him. He doesn't even
We
play
don't count
anymore.
him.
Corley, do we want to count him?
All right, go ahead.
He has 5 catches in 7 games, so 0.8.
So that's 7.4.
And do we want to count Gage Larvadan?
Okay.
He has 2 in 7 games, so 0.3.
So
how big is that?
the Browns wide receivers combined, we'll take out, what's his name?
Thrash.
Thrash, because he isn't really playing anymore. Their other wide receivers combined are only averaging 1 reception more per game than Christian McCaffrey. That's crazy.
So then don't make it seem crazy that I said yes, that the whole collection
Thank
could have
you.
more.
Okay, I
Thank
will.
you.
Fair, it's not crazy, but considering the weather,
I mean, we had a quarterback playing that wouldn't push the ball downfield.
right? But even with Shedeur last week, how many catches did the wide receivers have?
Not a lot.
I mean, he only
Less
had
than McCaffrey did.
He only had 11 completions. I told you, I got him for 6 receptions.
Yeah.
And McCaffrey got 5. It's
Last-
only a difference of 1.
That's true. Last week, McCaffrey had 7. Browns receivers had less than 7. I don't know.
They
how many.
had 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Last week, McCaffrey had more by 2.
So I'm not. I
right.
didn't say the Browns.
It's not
receivers-
crazy. It's
I
certainly
ain't
not
saying
crazy.
the Browns receivers are getting 10. I said they get 6, and that's still Minimowski. That's still Minimowski.
That's super Minimowski.
That's bottom of the barrel.
Can you believe this conversation?
That's
this
what
is
we've come down
insane.
to. and
Thank
It's
you.
sad.
This is insane.
I
And
was
as
like-
crazy as these questions are, Bull, we're getting 4-4 splits, which means people are actually thinking none of these are 8-0. Like, the
I
next,
mean, we're talking about a running back, a great running back, but a running back versus an entire wide receiving core.
I mean, but he's really good. Like he's in the Marshall Faulk mode. Marshall Faulk.
yes,
I mean,
but it's also part of it's how good he is.
Yeah.
The other part is that the
how
Browns have
bad
a
the Browns receivers are.
hideous
Yeah.
wide receiving core. Go
All right,
ahead.
let's get to the next one, guys. Against the Raiders, Quinshawn had 12 rushing yards from the wild dog formation. Will he have more or less than 8 rushing yards from the wild dog against the 49ers? 12 against the Raiders. The line is at 8 on this one. More. Dustin, Tyvis, Bull, and G said it's going to happen. Less. Jason J, Earl, and myself.
We don't even know they're going to run the wild dog.
That's
They
why-
ran it like 6
That's
weeks
why I
ago,
went-
and then
that's
didn't
why I
run it
went
for
less.
5 weeks.
That's why I went less. You went
Yeah.
more, Bull.
Yeah, but I mean,
I went less also.
they also didn't have
No, you went
Shedeur
more.
in weeks. So like,
Oh, I'm
Shedeur
flip-flopping.
changed.
I made a mistake
yeah,
then.
They want to take the rookie out of the game.
Yeah.
So that he doesn't make a mistake, I think, in the red zone. And so you put Judkins in the game, and it's a less riskier proposition.
You convinced the Browns are going to be in the red zone all that often?
I'm not.
this game?
I'm not.
That's part of it. Is I don't think the Browns are going to be in the red zone that much
The question
this
is
game.
8 yards.
Well, it's a lot in a formation they've only run 4 times this season.
No.
Well, first off, it was very successful this past weekend.
It was, but it was successful 6 weeks ago with Dylan Gabriel, and then they didn't do it again.
He only needs one, dude. He needs one
I mean,
run.
you do have to think about it like this, though. Like, they ran it once when Kevin Stefanski was calling plays.
Yeah.
Then Tommy Reese took over, and they ran it when he did. Now, if you go back and watch it on film, and we talked about this with Wyatt Teller and those guys, the Browns had an opportunity to go back and be physical. Like, they had an opportunity to kind of, get back to the wheels of time and go back. Listen, Quinshon Judkins runs that play very well. If you watch how he sets his blockers up, he runs past people. He's able to run. He's physical. And you look at the plays that they're running.
He gets downhill to hurt.
That's a quick little 3-4 yards immediately.
But
until they stop it, I'm going to continue
Well, run it
to
10
run that.
times a game if it's so unstable.
Well,
I would.
Yeah.
If we get in the red zone,
the Raiders didn't know what it was like. The Raiders had no idea what was going on.
And by the way, I'd incorporate a pass this week, too.
By the way, they
Gotta have one in.
Do we count his passing yards?
The jet motion, the pop pass, the jump pass, either the revert, the motion, the jet motion, or the sweep to Laverdane or to Bond is coming, or the jump pass is coming. I'm telling you right now, they set it up, but 8 yards is easy money.
Yeah, they're setting it up.
Mike, did you say yards or rushing yards specifically in the question?
I just said we'll gain more or less than 8 yards.
There's a loophole. There's a loophole for passing yards in there then.
Ha!
All right, next one, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to the other rookie running back. Dylan Sampson had a biggest game of his season against the Raiders. He had more than 30 all-purpose yards on the one big pass play. He had 22 yards on a rush play. So will he get more than 30 all-purpose yards? 30 against the San Francisco 49ers. I kind of want to flip-flop on this one again.
Who are the prisoner of the moment, people?
I think I said no.
You three all said no. Jay, Jason, and myself said yes.
Nah, you guys are prisoner of the
But
moment. right there.
I'm flip-flopping. This is the show of flip-floppers. I'm flip-flopping
Yeah.
back. I'm on the nose
shocked
side.
that
Switch
Jason
the
is
nugget
a
over
yes.
to the right.
Hey,
I'm on the wrong side here.
The only yes I expected was Jay.
Jay. Yeah.
There is no, listen, the Duke and knee jerk ain't even really been, my knees is solid. I've been icing them down, bro.
No, that's bad job by me.
What
Bad
you
job by
think?
me.
You think they going,
He
he's going to
had-
spot shadow this week?
I mean, I know he had those 2 great plays. Kudos to him, but he hasn't done anything else the rest of the year.
That was on accident, too. You think, you look at, now, I almost said this, I wasn't going to get in the weeds with it, but is he returning kicks?
Return yards didn't count. Return yards did not count.
Okay. Now, if he was returning
That's true. He
yards-
is returning kicks.
If he's returning kicks, okay, but
I specified this was just rushing, receiving, return yards.
nah, he's not. Matter
no
of fact,
loophole on that one for you,
I got
Mikey.
him with no yards rushing. That's not gonna happen.
By the way, you want to hear something funny? He had 7 rushes for 23 yards against the Raiders and a long of 26.
Right. Give me the stats for his receiving yards. It's the same thing.
2 for 59, long of 66.
The rest of his plays were negative plays.
I mean,
So he had 9 touches in the game. He had 66 plus 26 is 92 yards. And then on the other 7 touches, he had negative 9 yards.
Were you 83 yards total?
Yeah.
there's a lot of plays where Browns running backs be getting hit in the backfield.
Yeah.
Like literally, like they're getting contacted.
Their line stinks.
Yeah, I don't.
And their best lineman is probably still Batonio, and he's retiring. Wyatt Teller is going down the tubes. I don't care. I know he's everybody's buddy. He was sitting there whining last week. He got beaten in half a second.
Yeah,
he's not playing well.
I mean,
and their tackles we know are terrible. So
if I would love to just draft 10 linemen, but we don't.
They really need to.
They do.
They need to draft like 5 linemen next offensive linemen.
I'd rather have undrafted free agents at all the skill positions, but have like first through third round guys on the offensive line, defensive line.
They kind of need to do that.
When you watch it,
although they need wide receivers too.
They be hitting the backfield. I'm like, who got him? Hey, Dustin, he used to play running back in high school. You was like, hey, you look around like, who's blocking this dude? Like, you just like, man, be people in the backfield. I feel sorry for running backs, man. The only way the play is over is either you
Thankfully,
score.
thankfully, like in high school, you can get away with like making guys miss.
Yeah.
Like college and pros, no chance.
No, yeah. Like if somebody's unblocked, you're done. Lay it down. Lay it down.
If you had played running back at Division III, you think you would have been like a Heisman, whatever they call it, Division III? I can't remember.
Division III, yeah.
You think you'd have been that good?
Dude,
yeah.
I'm not gonna toot my own horn.
Yeah.
I
played against. I played when
D1 offers. Like I was like
play running
I was
back.
McCaffrey in high school.
I played against him when he played
Good
running
pass
back.
catcher?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like he played, like
Yeah.
When we had the scouting report, they was like, who do they got? They said they got Dustin Fox, and that's what we looking
I had
at.
like 35 touchdowns my senior
The
year.
rest of your team was not any good?
We were okay.
It was good, but
We were good. We were 8-2 my senior year.
Yeah.
It was good, man.
But I didn't play defense. I carried the ball 30-something times a game.
Yeah, that's the crazy part about it. Like,
Yeah.
like
Was most of the rest of your team playing both ways?
Oh yeah. But they
had
ran me ragged though, dude.
They had Jason's son in 9th grade football playing both ways, playing every play. That's ridiculous.
Depends on the numbers of kids.
That's ridiculous.
Too.
You can't have him every play. That's stupid.
I don't think it's very smart, but some teams have to.
I mean,
some teams have 25
Nah, they
kids.
had kids on the bench. They just didn't want to play them. That's not.
Well,
that's
Jason's kid's a pretty good stud.
but still, he's in the 9th grade. Like he doesn't need to play every play.
two plays, we don't come out.
Yeah.
Michigan
We got
State,
one
Michigan
more
State offered
fence
me
rider,
to play
guys.
tailback.
One more fence rider, and then we'll do super chats
I don't
to wrap
think
up
they've won a
today's show.
conference game, by the way.
Well,
Michigan State.
They need to hire a new coach.
Yeah.
Michigan State stinks.
Go ahead.
Last no fence rider than super chats.
Yeah.
Will Shedeur have more than one wow throw, just like his throw to Isaiah Bond,
Yeah.
versus the 49ers? Anthony put Raiders, but it's supposed to be the 49ers.
I think I said yes.
All four of us said yes, including Earl
Look at that.
and Tyvis. And the two negative Nancys, Angry Jay and Angrier Jason, said no.
They're miseries, those two.
Yeah, there's, I mean, it's only two throws. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say this. When you watching pros, right, Geno Smith had 3 wild throws against the Browns.
Yeah.
He actually had about 4.
I guess it depends how you define wild throws, right?
There was throws where he was getting hit. He threw the ball with anticipation, and Tyson Campbell had swiped down over the arm to try to, and the dude caught the. I'm like, dang, that was a crazy ball. That was pros make them plays. You see 2 wild throws, you just say we just used to saying good throw. So if you got a decent quarterback,
Yeah.
I think Shedeur will make wild throws every game.
yeah, like
I mean, he's got a hell of an arm. He like that's what he does.
that's his like he can do
He's gonna be a rookie at times and make some poor decisions and poor throws, but like he's going to have wow moments. The throw he threaded the needle against the Ravens was a wow throw.
Yeah, that was a wild one. The one they almost caught was a wild. I think the thing with Shedeur is people should be. We've seen those throws before. It's the other things, like it's the management of the game. It's the figuring out, can you scramble and finding out the timing. I think he'll continue to make those throws. It's just the progression and everything else. But I mean I'm not. We've seen this at Colorado. I saw this all the time.
By the way, I just got a text from a former Super Bowl champion,
Really?
The
Brandon
punter.
Stokely.
Brandon Stokely.
Oh, Stokely.
Okay.
All right, guys, we got some super chats to wrap up today's show. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Dontavius Winston says, all of that script stuff is nice, but until he can sit in the pocket and play on time and within the offense, I don't think Shedeur will have consistent success. All right, next one.
Okay.
Marjan Jamie says, what was your guys' favorite childhood gift of all time? Mine was the golden era remote control car from Radio Shack.
Man, I remember getting the old school Tecmo Bowl. I got Tecmo Bowl, and then I had a Voltron, like a chargeable, like the big robot Voltron that used to go with the batteries. That was 2 of my favorites, man.
I would say, I mean, it's not even close. It's a no-brainer. The original Nintendo.
Yeah, that when you got the Nintendo, like
We did it.
the world stopped.
It was unbelievable.
See, you guys are younger than I am, so you had higher expectations because there were actually video games. I don't even think there was video games. Maybe it's Atari when I was a kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
This was the greatest gift I got as a kid, right here. electronic football.
Oh,
Was
wow.
it Stratotech? What do you call
It was a handheld little game.
Oh,
See that?
I remember that game.
And the field there, it would light up, and there'd be like two
Dots.
dots
Yeah, I
that
remember
were
that.
defense, and you had the one dot, and you had to get between the two dots. This is how I played football as a kid.
Yeah, the struggle was real, dude.
It was.
Yeah.
I had 5 channels.
Yeah. The stuff our kids
I had to
have
walk through the
access
snow.
to at all times, dude, it's crazy.
Oh my God!
It's crazy.
The iPads, the AirPods,
Crazy,
the
man.
7,000 channels. My son says to me last night. So my son, first of all, he comes home from wrestling practice, and you know, and then he's like, "Can I play with my friend video games?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, all right." We're about to go out for dinner. He just finishes his game of Madden, and he's like, "Ah!" I'm like, "What happened?" He goes, "I hurt my ankle." I'm like, "How'd you hurt your ankle?" He goes, "I beat Benji in Madden, and I jumped up to celebrate. He tweaked his ankle."
Hey, that's
Yes.
Who tore their ACL doing that? Wasn't it the kicker that did that?
I think so, yeah.
Grammatica.
And like, unlike me, Aaron's like, he's pretty athletic. Like, he's in really good shape. Like, he's getting kind of jacked right now.
like,
And so, like, anyway, I don't know why I brought this up, but so like he was resting in bed this morning, and he's like, "Dad, I got nothing to watch." I'm like,
Nothing
"Dude,
to watch.
you got 7,000 channels here.
of everything.
I had nothing to watch. Nothing."
Yeah.
We had no sports to watch. So I
Nothing.
watched WGN.
Yeah, you had.
Oh, man.
At least you had that. I didn't even have it.
But the point is, like, we
Yeah,
had
we didn't have
no
no team.
options, man.
I had CBS, NBC, ABC. We had 2 local channels in New York, Channel 9, Channel 11, which are like now would be the WB or whatever, and then Channel 13, which was PBS. And then on some TVs, I could go to Channel 49 and watch the Spanish channel, which I'd watch wrestling on sometimes.
Nice.
That was it.
All right, next Super Chat. What Thanksgiving dish are you looking forward to the most tomorrow?
Oh, that's easy for me, but go ahead.
Man, we got the honey baked ham jumping.
Yeah.
I think I might listen. I think this is the first year that I'm gonna do this smoked prime rib.
Stealing my thing.
Yeah, you got me
his
into it.
See?
You got me into it.
Changing the world right now.
You are.
Dustin.
Well, I mean, obviously everyone's going to have turkey, and everyone's going to have all the other things. But to me, the most important thing, and this is not even a main entree, but you got to have fantastic gravy.
That is a good one.
It's like, you know,
That
Puts it
is
all
gr-
together. Brings it all together.
Yeah.
it's like, you know, in football you got like you know, I was a glue guy.
Yeah.
You know, I was a glue.
One of the dudes you don't do too much. You
I was steady, right?
just-
so you got to have good gravy to bring
Yeah.
everything together.
Yeah.
because it goes.
Gravy's
on
good on the turkey. It's good on the mashed
I
potatoes.
pour
It's
that-
good on the stuffing.
The corn, the stuffing,
Yeah.
all of it, all the above.
By the way, it's a difference between stuffing and dressing. There's a difference between.
Yeah, okay.
There is.
What is the main difference?
Stuffing goes inside the bird.
Okay.
Dressing
on a tray.
is on a tray.
All right, so then I guess it's dressing that I've normally been eating.
Yeah, that's that dressing.
Stuffing's
So
way better.
for me, on my Thanksgiving, we will have no turkey. There will be no turkey at my table. We are going prime. My wife's making a prime rib, which that's what I'm most looking forward to. And then we ordered the side dishes from Whole Foods. We did it last year for the first time, and it was a big hit. The mashed potatoes, the stuffing, or the dressing.
It saves. Look, I was.
It's expensive.
I went to
but-
see. I was at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Shout out. Matter of fact, I was over at seeing my people at Affinity, and they said she was saying that the lady in there who was doing some blood work, and they're like, "Yo,
Did you have the sweet, the one lady there?
yeah,
The
black lady.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She was in there telling me about how she was like, yeah, I got my people coming in. I'm doing all the dishes. I got my whole family coming in. I said, man, that's a lost art. Because back in the day, I marveled at the fact that my grandmother made all that by herself.
Oh, yeah.
Every single last,
Yep,
the
my
pies.
grandmother too,
And I'm sitting there thinking, how the heck did one person do that? And she was like, well, you got to have it passed down. I said, some of the
Yep.
recipes I don't even know no more.
That's the grandma magic,
yeah,
right?
the grandma magic be crazy.
I miss my grandma.
Man, boy,
Yeah,
All right, next
don't
Super
let me
Chat.
get started.
Damn, Mike's just cutting us right off.
Don't let me get
We're
started.
reminiscing about our
We're
grandmas.
going down
Mike's just-
nostalgia road, and
I'm
Mike's
sorry,
like,
I just wanna make sure we
screw
get
you
all
All
guys.
right,
Man,
let me read
McNuggets
the
was like, oh,
87,000
really?
We
Shedeur
don't have a
Sanders
lot
response.
more, so I want to make sure we get them all.
All right, go ahead.
And Dustin, you're gonna like this next one. I started to cut you off, but
What was you saying?
Mama.
You were saying earlier we're going to go late and then not do overtime. Are we doing that still?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
You just made that up.
That was good, though. Bahama Mama says,
right move.
shout out to Dustin on the MAC broadcast, Buffalo versus Miami.
There we go.
Yep,
3 fire emojis.
Thank you.
Lord Salam, it's Reda Boy says, prediction, Shedeur gets the Browns to the AFC Championship in 2 years.
Okay.
If it happens, I will. Can I
don't know
give
what you'll do.
I don't know
Do you
what.
have a jersey yet?
No, I can't have no jersey.
Why not?
I've
What's your guy?
I've only no. I can only have. There's the rules. I can only wear throwbacks. I cannot wear a jersey of someone who is younger than me.
Oh. Okay.
And so.
All right, I opened a can of worms. All right, move on.
We'll discuss jersey wearing policies and over. It's actually a good overtime. We'll discuss what jerseys you can and can't wear.
Okay, you're right.
Nate Godwin says, do you think the Browns will sell out the stadium this weekend?
Yes. Now the weather's going to be horrible. I'm going to say no.
Is it? I don't know what the. I don't go to. We talked about
There's
it.
no chance.
I'm not a big fan of going to games.
I hate going to games.
So
yeah.
I don't know
They're
how to
playing
walk.
a team from the West Coast.
Yeah.
I don't know how the walk-up crowd is. What is? Is there a thing?
I'll say no. We're saying no, Mike. That's the general.
Big Larry says, have you guys seen the videos of people in South Africa watching the games at 1 a.m. their time shouting, let's go Shedeur. Shedeur has made the Browns a global brand.
That is
In
crazy.
South Africa. Somebody send me that clip. That's crazy.
That's pretty
That's
crazy.
crazy working for somebody in South Africa is a Browns fan.
3 more. Sly says, I went to the Raiders game. Now I'm going to the Niners game. Let's get some back-to-back wins.
Okay.
Right.
Emmanuel
Okay.
Johnson says Shedeur could be the first rookie quarterback to start 2-0 since Purdy in 22 and the first Browns rookie to start 2-0 since Bernie Kosar. History in the making if he beats San Francisco. And James May says Purdy struggles in bad weather games, so I'm confident the Browns will have a great chance to win.
You know the Kool-Aid is starting to pour.
Oh, boy.
Have you noticed the tone? Like, there are people who are suspecting. They are expecting the Cleveland Browns to win. And they be like, I don't know. I don't think they know that they're kind of good. The 49ers
Why don't you
pretty
jump the
good.
gun? We still have a minute.
Oh, it's too late now.
All right, well, you're sitting in silence for a minute. Sorry, that's Director C's fault.
We're going to hit the last intro. Hey, you ever
Are people still hearing us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we live, man. Hot mics.
Everyone mics are on, so don't say
Can
anything.
we talk
too
more about
stupid.
grandmas?
Hot mics, man.
Man.
We're talking jerseys in overtime. Can you drop this, Steve, without just killing the stream? Hold on.
No, you got to let it
Don't,
go.
don't mess with
We
it.
can just
Don't
talk
mess with
over it. It's like radio.
Just talk over it. Yeah, it's
You
radio.
are watching the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, presented by FanDuel.
Toyota.
Now, don't give them the free
Partnered
plugs.
with
Delmonico's.
Kitchen knives.
Don't
Well,
give free
give
plugs
us a
around here.
Give us a Delmonico's.
We can't get free plugs around here.
Yeah,
Well, maybe if they hear you do Delmonico's on this,
They've
they'll
done enough
sponsor
for
it.
us over the years.
Well, I don't know. Who's the man in charge now with George?
I don't know.
Gone.
I remember. I used to run the board for them, and they would always have these ads.
It's Delmonico's, baby!
We'll see you in overtime.
What about that?